the power of the brain. This is Citi
97.1. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Come on. 6:28. What an assurance. Waking up to the knowledge of the understanding that the devil is defeated, that greater is he that lives in us than he that is in the world. If God be for us, people who can be against us. Welcome to Friday morning, November 22. It's the 22nd day of the 11th month of the year 2024. Welcome to your favorite dial, 97.3 Citi FM. We call this the Citi Breakfast Show. Jane and Benis, Yewonyame. Apologies, Tego sisters, rather. Tego sisters. And they say Yewonyame. Lord knows. Played this like a million times already. It's important that you feed your mind with seeds of the assurances of God, that you detox your spirit of the spirit of doubt, thoughts of fear and doubt. You have to detox yourself, and you have to consume good content, consume good knowledge, consume good conversations, good songs like this one that will remind you that you are not alone. But that is it for you this morning. If God is for us, who can be against us? I dare say I can know who can be against us. It will be ourselves. If we allow fear and doubt to consume us instead of His promises for us and take action, then we can be against ourselves. So this morning, be rest assured that you are not alone. That's number one. It is work you have to do. That believing that you are not alone is also work to do. And number two, you need to know that Nyame Yewo Nyame, and He is there for us. Having God, He being there for us, means that there are solutions to every problem that you go through, and He will use people to help you solve those problems. So always look out for solutions. There are solutions. So don't sink in your fears and your doubts. Number three, you too can be a solution to someone else's problem, and through you someone will say Mewo Nyame. So this morning, believe and don't doubt. Look out for solutions, seek help, and be help also. Welcome to the show. How can we be of help to you? How can we serve you this morning? That is our focus all the time.
Bank, military and police personnel, and all other workers on the Controller and Accountant General's payroll qualify for this facility. Walk into any ADB branch nationwide or any Prospectus Ghana Limited office near you to apply for the ADB Quick Purchase. Terms and conditions apply. ADB, the People's Bank. ADB, truly a Greek and more.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Sure he gon' make a way. On his road, the only load is how to reach safely. Take me to my destination, and I'll be grateful. We go come, nothing go do we. Them go come, nothing go do them. I felt I'm a new let me I know for sure he'll be there for me, no matter the condition.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Thank you for giving me travel and mercy. For the times that step out of my house and the moment I have to go back. Oh Lord, thank you for giving me travel and mercy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah.
The name is Jidu. He says, I did go come. I love it. We're all loving it. And we love Piva too. It's a taste you will love for all your occasions at all times. Piva has all the flavors that you need. Piva is helping us bring you the newspaper review together with Total Energies. Whatever you want, whether you want the cocktail fruit drink, the grapefruits, the Piva Tangy drink fruit drink, all of that is available. Piva cocktail, Piva orange, Piva cola, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Call us 0550-032-231. If you go, come celebrate with Piva. It's an advert that is approved by the FDA. But in order to go and come properly and not be stuck on the road, get yourself Total Energies. That's where you fuel up. We have major fuel stations across the country. In the city, Liberation Road, Tesano, Dakuma. Just find them and you will get an free elite car wash. Change your engine oil there. You get a free elite car wash. Find us on Facebook, Total Energies Ghana. On X or Twitter at Total Energies GH. Instagram, Total Energies. It's time for the newspaper review. Sedgman. Richard Delaska is here. Bernardino Kokuabla is here.
Well, I'm here because today is Nathan's birthday.
Oh,
so
right. He's taking a day off.
He decided to take.
He said they go come.
He's not. He's taking the whole week.
Oh, that's nice. That's sweet.
He's working somewhere.
He they go come.
No, he's hiding behind something.
I'm here. I'm doing solidarity for Nathan.
Thank you.
Solidarity for Nathan.
No, the last time we sang that song. So let's spend Nathan the thoughts. Nathan over there,
yeah, man.
Here in solidarity with Nathan Crow.
Yeah, man.
No.
Everything is birthday today.
Yeah, Nathan.
Happy birthday, Nathan.
No. Nathan be just big.
He's
man.
a big.
No, he just big it. No, Nathan, we all go.
Yeah, man.
We all go.
The funny thing is that his favorite uncle sent me a special request for him.
Oh, beautiful.
Azokoze. I'll drop it later in the morning.
He's a big man.
Send some very serious message.
Yeah.
So we should drop it around 8:15.
Yeah. I just say now you wear in chain.
Yeah.
You wear the one way they wear around
He has the chain and then a bracelet.
A bracelet, yes.
Yeah. As opposite.
Start boiling it.
They go open the button small, so that it will display.
See.
Yeah, that's how you do. That's how you do it.
Open the newspaper for me.
The Ghanaian Times says this morning, 80 modern educational facilities unveiled for diverse needs of students nationwide. The president is here together with our man T. Glover.
The man of the moment. He's the man of the season.
Together with the Minister for Education, Duchum. Also on the front page this morning, IGP calls for police media partnership to avert misinformation during the elections, and security expert cautions against influx of firearms into the country.
The Daily Graphic also leads with the president inaugurating 80 projects. He and the education minister and T. Glover on the front page. Charlie, it's just nice. Also, EC destroys defective ballot papers for Ahafo and Volta regions. That's on page 11. And then COA Global Peace Mission unveils blueprints on sustainable peace. Quite an interesting development there. And then African countries must enact climate change laws. These are experts speaking at a very important program.
The Ghanaian Observer says massive boost for education as government opens 80 educational projects. Also on the front page this morning, Baumia leads Mahama in new poll, MPP to have parliamentary majority. Also on the front page this morning, another election-related story says election 2024, election security task force meets political party heads.
If I go to Daily Guide, they lead with the election poll story, 49 Baumia, 45 Mahama. But the other stories there, a banker sued for embezzling 75,000 cedis belonging to a company. Meanwhile, IGP to political parties, it's not war, it's elections. And then Rebecca storms Ikropon for campaign. And then PHDC CEO touts success story. This is the Petroleum Hub CEO speaking about the project.
The ABC newspaper also goes with the story on the new school projects. But I don't know how many times we have to be saying the word commission, we are abusing it. That's not how you use it. It is wrong. You are opening, you're inaugurating. Ghanaian journalists, let's help the process.
What should I have said?
Opened or maybe inaugurated.
But can't we change it to make it our own?
No, it's wrong.
The language to open. Or they have to stick to
the language is not for us, so please.
Make it our own.
Be proactive, ensure peace on December 7th, and that is coming in from MPP to the police service.
The Herald has a headline from a story we did yesterday. Military dictator declares violence on election day, and the kinds of words he used, very troubling indeed. That story is on the front page. Meanwhile, no preferential treatment for Springfield. The Herald's response to Gabi Ochudako's cheap shots, it calls it. Other headlines, Mahama preaches against skirt and blouse voting, and Baumia compares Mahama's no-chalk era to MPP's computer vision education. So very interesting headlines there.
Okay, let me take you to the Informer newspaper. We are focused on victory. Baumia declares. Also on the front page this morning, sacrifices for nation security. Security agencies rewarded. This is coming in from Kan Dapa. And some other stories, including one on NAPO that says UPSA immortalizes NAPO over immense contribution to uplifting education.
The News Center, election security measures fine-tuned with inputs from political parties. That series of engagements IGP is having with different people is on the front page. Also, road crashes killed 2,038 in 10 months. The educational project story is there. There's also MTN Ghana wins prestigious Africa Telco of the Year award. That's on page 7.
The Ghanaian publisher also goes with a story about Baumia leading Mahama in latest poll. They also have a story on the new educational projects opened by the president yesterday. A unique story says National Health Insurance Authority to introduce preventive health care, and Tanzania energy regulators in Ghana to study NPA's operations.
Right.
If you go to the Republic Press, election security on high alert, parties meet top shots ahead of elections. That's the lead story. Ghanaian peacekeepers caught in crossfire, 4 injured. This came a few days ago. And then PHDC Petroleum Hub Trust Global Interest. And then weak economy will always give birth to slow economic recovery, according to somebody called Ni Amati.
Okay.
The Inquisitor, quoting Dr. Prempe, the running mate, to Dr. Baumia says, free senior high school has transformed lives in Ghana. Another story, a man I've not heard from in a long time, Opon Fosu. He says, don't subvert or attempt to subvert the people's will. You know, he served under...
he was a local government minister.
Yeah, that's right.
And then there's a story about towards December 7 election.
Exactly. Unnecessary tension is being created by the MPP and NDC.
You know, that's the passive word. Like, unnecessary tension is being created. Instead of saying NDC and MPP are creating unnecessary tension. Anyway, now, the Business and Financial Times, BNFT, bedrock for resilient banking industry established. Again, they've used the other, they should have said, the banking industry has established the bedrock. But I don't know why we like using passive voice for whatever reason. Bedrock for resilient banking industry established. Dr. Addison says this. Dr. Amin Adam bullish about strong FY economic growth or final year, I believe they are trying to say. And then CBG records 1 billion CD revenue in Q3.
Okay, so taking you online quickly, Channel 1 News, Election 2024, Mahama pledges Agricultural University at Afram Plains. We need more dialysis machines, Komfanochi Teaching Hospital, and GBC accuses Sylvester Tete of illegal bungalow demolition. Very troubling one here, yeah. Yeah.
And Kwame Waja was speaking on the news yesterday to Frema. The thing is very serious.
Some way, Charlie.
Demolishing bungalows and even deputy information minister.
I don't know.
What's the relationship? I mean, the whole thing doesn't... We'll get to the bottom of that.
Yes, we will. New BOG headquarters, too expensive, unlikely to generate income. Anamo says that. Baumia leads with 49.1%. Mahama trails at 45.8%. Professor Sapong's post predicts that's here as well. If you go to citynewsroom.com, police officer interdicted over viral assault video. Election 2024, NDC backs IGP's no guns at polling station directive. Cement prices still rising despite new legislative instrument. This is Greta speaking. And then also, don't vote skirt and blouse. That's here. Dr. Baumia's headline on Mahama failed to provide chalk, MPP supplying laptop student to student. That's also here as well. If you go to My Joy online quickly, restoring forest or ravaging Ghana's green heritage. Coalition questions Akufo-Addo's COP29 claims. Project commissioning not employed to attract votes upon Kuma here. In Mahama's area, students lack chalk, but now they're receiving tablets. This is Baumia again. And then Asantehene receives more 19th century gold ornaments and regalia. Expired rice laments investment. 100,000 Ghana City fine was for regulatory violations. FDA is clarifying. If you go elsewhere, BBC says that Russia gives North Korea 1 million barrels of oil. Reports finds this has been happening in the last 10 months. Trump picks Pam Bondi as Attorney General after Matt Gaetz withdraws. And then if you go to CNN, Trump picks Pam, that's here as well.
Same story.
Yes, Putin's use of a nuclear-capable missile on Ukraine is a clear departure from Cold War doctrine. Experts are speaking. International Criminal Court issues arrest warrant for Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu.
Okay. Let's take off from the educational sector. The Ghanaian Times has the lead story talking about what happened yesterday involving the president. And Cliff Ekufu reporting says President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo yesterday performed a symbolic inauguration, of the newly refurbished St. Barnabas Anglican Junior High School at Osu to begin the official opening of the over 80 educational infrastructure constructed by his government. Now, the exercise, which was done simultaneously across the country, also saw the Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Baumia, also inaugurate the newly constructed Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics STEM school at Pesimpe in the northeast region of the country. Now, the projects formed part of the government's efforts to improving access to quality education and included a range of modern facilities designed to cater for the diverse needs of the students of this country. And we're told that 80 projects in all were inaugurated yesterday.
Now, let's deal with the Electoral Commission. They've destroyed defective ballot papers for the Ahafo and Volta regions. That's on page 11 of the graphic, and it's on a number of websites. It says the Electoral Commission yesterday afternoon destroyed defective ballot papers printed for the Ahafo and Volta regions for this year's election. This is both presidential and parliamentary. The ballot papers were destroyed at the Adepa Waste Management Center near Nsawam in the Eastern region. Now, the ballot papers became defective due to serialization errors encountered during the printing process. And the affected ballots were destroyed in the presence of reps of the political parties, the National Intelligence Bureau, the Ghana Police Service, the media, and officials of the EC. And briefing journalist, Deputy Director of Electoral Services at the EC, Asante Kisi, said the destruction of the defective materials was in line with the Commission's commitment to protect the integrity of the electoral process. And they assured the public that they've destroyed these defective ballot papers to prevent any potential issues during the elections.
Except that, I mean, it was not climate compliant. You know, the COP2, we are talking COP20.
Why is just paper?
Oh, we are burning it.
So
we should
how
not
else
be
could it
doing
have been
that.
done?
I mean, we could have recycled this. I know people, I will say, oh, somebody who smuggle the tea and do something. But let us be sensitive to the environment.
Let's just burn it for now.
Let's be sensitive to the environment.
For the ballot papers to burn than for the country to burn.
I don't know, man. It should be, no. Let's be climate. Whatever with sustainability.
It recycle. You know, it will recycle to appear on another police station. I beg, burn the thing.
Let me take you to page 3 of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Security expert cautions against influx of firearms into the country. Now, they are quoting Professor Kwesi Ening as saying that he is not happy over the growing sophistication of firearms entering the country, particularly during election years. Now, he said the development signaled an increased demand for military-grade weapons. Now, Professor Ening's assertion follows the recent interception of 40-footer container containing concealed cache of arms and ammunition at the Tema port by Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority. Now, he goes on to provide some background, but speaking to Joy FM's top story on Wednesday, Mr. Ening said every electoral year since the beginning of the Fourth Republic has witnessed a surge in the inflow of small arms.
Let's stay with election security, Caleb. There's a number of stories here. Kelena Boaji is not happy with the silence on NDC MPP security allegations. He says it's concerning. A security analyst, retired Ken Officer Boaji, has raised concern over the lack of action from state authorities regarding serious security allegations made by the two leading political parties ahead of the election. His comments follow a claim by NDC on November 19, alleging that Brigadier General Michael Poku, who is the General Officer Commanding of the Ghana Armed Forces Central Command, is collaborating with the ruling MPP to manipulate elections in the Ashanti region. In turn, the MPP also accused the NDC of attempting to incite violence in the same region, allegedly with the backing of retired Commissioner of Police Kofi Boachi. Now, speaking on Channel 1's TV Situation Room, Colonel Professor Boachi emphasized the need for immediate investigations into the serious allegations to maintain peace and integrity. Still on elections and words, the Herald has a story we did on Eyewitness News yesterday where residents of the Chimansa area must have a lot of fear by the remarks made by Lieutenant Colonel Jacob Kojo, commanding officer of the Achiasi Jungle Warfare Training School in the Eastern Region. Now, the military officer whose role includes ensuring security has drawn criticism for statements perceived as threats to voters ahead of the election. In a meeting with residents of Achi Mansa in the Eastern Region, the Lieutenant Colonel warned that he would personally intervene and manhandle people if the police request military assistance on election day. However, his language has sparked outrage. In a video that has since gone viral, he stated, "When I come, I will not talk, I will beat you. I will always want people to try me. So those of us seated here, any of you can try me on that day or try any of my men on that day." His remarks were directed at ensuring peace during the elections but have been criticized for the tone and approach. So the story is correct. He urged residents to be peaceful. But the kind of things he said were, I think, out of order. And we interviewed another person from the security agency who said that the choice of words was not good at all. He was talking about, "I will beat the hell out of you."
No, that's
kind
completely unacceptable. A professional soldier shouldn't talk like that.
And the interviewer said the military high command needs to issue a statement to clarify what he meant, because he says, "I want you to try me so that I'll let my men beat the hell out of you."
No, you don't talk like that. No.
It was very serious.
You don't
I mean,
like
at
that.
some point he was saying, "Vote, go home. When it's time to count, you can come and stand where you are designated and observe."
Yes.
But he mixed it with he mixed it with some things that
scripted people, scripted.
Sometimes when they see the mic, they get excited.
Yeah, there's a poll here that is exciting the people in the MPP, and people are attacking the poll as not credible. But the Ghanaian publisher has details, and it says Baumia 49.1, Mahama 45.8 in latest poll. Now, the New Patriotic Party MPP presidential candidate Dr. Mahamudu Baumia is projected to lead the December 2024 elections with 49.1% of voter support, according to a new poll by Professor Smart Sapong, who is the Director of Research and Innovation at the Kumasi Technical University. Now, the poll places former President John Dramani Mahama of the National Democratic Congress in second position with 44.5%. Now, the extensive survey conducted across 4,272 communities in all 276 constituencies and involving 99,355 respondents highlights a clear edge for Dr. Baumia in critical regions such as Ahafo, Ashanti, Bono, Central, Eastern, Northeast, and Western region, basically suggesting that we'll have a second round of voting.
Meanwhile, the IGP is suggesting to political parties not to just plan for victory, plan your defeat too. Story by Rachel Engman on Citi Newsroom. When you prepare for peace, victory, you have to prepare for defeat. The Ghana Police Service has called on political parties and independent candidates to manage their expectations in the upcoming 2024 elections, stressing the importance of maintaining peace and stability in what is expected to be a win or lose contest. This message was delivered during a police briefing with representatives from all political parties on November 21, outlining the services preparations for the elections. In his address, IGP Dr. George Ekufu Dampare assured that the police would handle any electoral violence with professionalism. Quote, with the 13 or the 12, whichever it is, there is one clear thing. Only one will win. The rest will not win. In the same way, the 801 vying for the position of 276 seats, only 276 will win. The rest will not win. We need to come to this realization and therefore measure our expectations.
Wonderful. Let me give you a GBC story. They're accusing the MP for Botiano Nglesha Manfu and Deputy Information Minister of an illegal bungalow demolition. So the state broadcaster, Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, has accused the Deputy Minister of Information of unlawfully demolishing 8 staff bungalows at Weija. GBC claims the demolition proceeded despite the objection, prompting the involvement of the police to intervene and halt the exercise. In an interview with Channel 1 News on yesterday, GBC's Director of Legal Services, Kwame Waja, explained that Tete had initially approached GBC management to request assistance in securing a portion of land for the construction of a community school. Waja said GBC's DG, Professor Al-Hassan, instructed the estate team to inspect available land, which they did. However, the MP chose a different site, and in the process of preparing, this is what they are saying, preparing it for construction, demolished a bungalow that belonged to GBC. Tete, who was invited to address the issue, did not respond, according to Waja. And Mr. Waja emphasized that GBC is determined to prevent the Deputy Minister from proceeding with his project. And he says, at GBC, we come directly when it comes to sectoral ministries. We come under information, and he's a Deputy Minister. When we are serving him a letter, we copy the sector minister. So GBC had no other way than to leave the matter in the hands of the police to deal with it. I'm really worried about conflict of interest.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
GBC land, and then you are an MP, you are a Deputy Minister, you want to do a project for the community. But yesterday, the scenes we saw, and Frema interviewed Kwame Waja. He's not happy. GBC is not happy at all with this.
We are told the Deputy Minister will address the press later today.
You better.
So we look forward to that.
I think there ought to have been some sanity around this whole thing, even if you want to do it, especially when the sector is under you. That's not to say that we are faulting him for anything, but the surrounding circumstances create serious issues, and they raise issues about possible conflict of interest, and he has to address those issues.
Cement prices are still rising, despite new LI. This is Greda telling all of us that players in the Ghana's real estate sector argue that the recently enacted legislative instrument on cement price regulation has failed to address the surging cost of building materials, including cement. Now, the regulation passed into law September 5 this year aimed to stabilize cement prices and provide relief to developers. However, stakeholders claim prices have continued to escalate, casting doubt on the law's effectiveness. Now, Initially, the LI proposed requiring cement manufacturers to seek government approval before setting prices, but this provision was removed following intense opposition from manufacturers and sections of the public. And Samuel Amegaibo, who is the executive secretary of the GREDA, voiced his concerns at the launch of the Diaspora Property Expo 2025. He said, since the LI was passed, so far as we are users of cement are concerned, we haven't seen anything different. Prices continue to go up even from the day it was launched. It's gone up further.
Okay, while we moan over the prices of cement, let me just quickly draw your attention to a story that is exciting. Ridge Hospital inaugurates Ghana's first bone marrow transplant unit.
Wonderful.
The story is in the ABC News and it's on page 5 of the paper. It says the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, Ridge, has unveiled a cutting-edge bone marrow transplant BMT unit, the first of its kind in Ghana and only the second in the sub-Saharan Africa area. Now, the facility aims to tackle complex health conditions such as leukemia, breast cancer, colon cancer, sickle cell disease, arthritis, and various neurological
Just a final one from CNN. Give you a quick headline. World's tallest and shortest women meet for afternoon tea.
Oh, really? Let me see the photo. Is the photograph there?
No, the short one is out of frame, so you will not see it well.
Oh, Anyake.
Yeah, but that was the news review. We've seen that there's a lot of traffic on the Kondowenya stretch this morning. We brought you that in the news.
Our reporter is there. We may cross over early.
Yes, to certainly. We'll bring you more. Just stay with us. That was the news review. Thank you, Bernard. Thank you, Sky.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Joe Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I did for you. And when you hustle every day, when you wanna go, anything you do, I did for you. If I believe I did your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I did your side, fidelity.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangerine. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055 00 32231. Piva, a taste you'd love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
getting into the City Business News shortly. Brought to you by EcoBank, MTN, and Goyle. EcoBank says save this number *770 hash. It's your lifeline to all your money emergencies. Anytime you need instant access to loans, fund transfer, utility bills, whatever you need money for, just dial *770 hash and you'll be sorted. They will come to your rescue. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank. And Latte is here for the Friday edition of the City Business News. Good morning, Neil.
Good morning, Caleb.
How's your week been?
Well, the week has been okay. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Hello, business.
Welcome to the breakfast edition of City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goyle, and EcoBank. I am Ni Latte. This morning, we begin with agriculture because peasant farmers are resolute in their demand for better incentives to sustain their businesses effectively. This determination forms part of their strategy to hold the next government, set to take office in 2025, accountable. Daniel Ojo-Mensah reports.
At a political party's accountability forum on agriculture held in Accra, the acting executive director of the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, Bismarck Norty, emphasized that calls for accountability should be seen as constructive rather than adversarial.
The peasant farmers representing the voice of the farmer. What we do is to carry the concerns and the voices of the farmers and aspiration and then highlight them for government attention. But along the line, it appears that when we do that, it's like we are on a collision course of governments because government feels that we are attacking them. But the issue is not about we attacking them. We are not attacking government. What we are doing is that the issues that are on the ground, which are affecting the farmers, is what we are bringing to bear. And sometimes it's a bit difficult because you are not able to get the space to engage government.
Moses Enim, representing the New Patriotic Party's Manifesto Committee on Agriculture, highlighted the party's commitment to de-risking agriculture and elaborated on their proposed policy.
It's looking at is to accelerate de-risking agriculture. We think that the cost of capital for agriculture is still high because of the risk or the perception of risk that have been adduced to agriculture.
Dr. Peter Boamo Tokuno, a member of the National Democratic Congress Manifesto Committee on Agriculture, revealed plans to establish farmer service centers if the party is elected.
President Mahama is saying that why don't we send the inputs direct to the doorsteps of the farmer? But this time around, let's build farmer services centers. Which farmer services centers will get government to procure all these inputs?
That was Daniel Ojo-Mensah's report. Now, the National Insurance Commission has begun the development of a risk-based capital framework to strengthen regulatory oversight in Ghana's insurance sector. The framework is designed to ensure that insurance maintain capital levels aligned with their specific risk profiles, promoting stability and resilience within the industry. Commissioner of Insurance Michael Kofi Ando believes this move will foster a sound and robust insurance market.
The NIC also pursues other initiatives to encourage and promote growth in the industry. Currently going through the implementation of IFRS 17, the NIC is also developing a risk-based capital framework which largely will align the risk profiles of insurance companies with their capital levels. There are also efforts to improve actuarial capacity development in the industry to ensure more actuarial input to improve efficiency and profitability. The construction of a Ghanaian mortality table to enable life insurance companies to apply Ghanaian indicators in price developing and pricing products. Finally, there are still efforts ongoing to develop an annuities market. The above, if diligently pursued to logical conclusions, should lead to a strategic improvement in operations, growth, and financial viability of the market.
Michael Kofi Ando is Commissioner of Insurance at the National Insurance Commission. Now, the Dutch government has expressed its commitment to collaborate with Ghana to bolster the country's seed industry despite notable progress in developing improved and locally adapted seed varieties. Adoption rates remain low, with only 30% of farmers utilizing these advancements. Now, speaking at an event hosted by the Embassy of the Netherlands, the Ghana Food Movement, and the International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture, Netherlands Ambassador to Ghana, Jeroen Verheul, announced the arrival of a team of agricultural researchers who will be assessing Ghana's seed system.
We're at the beginning of this journey with Ghana. So what we have right now in Ghana is an expert mission that is from the university, the Agricultural University in the Netherlands, the Wageningen University. Those are the experts, and they are making an assessment of the seed sector. So what are the issues, what are the problems, what are the bottlenecks, and what is the potential? What can we develop from there? And based on that, we will work with the Ghana stakeholders, private sector, public sector.
You heard the ambassador of the Netherlands to Ghana, Jeroen Verheul. And on the currency markets this morning, the dollar is trading at 16 cedis 60 pesos. The British pound selling at 21 cedis. That of the euro going for 18 cedis 10 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goil, and EcoBank. My name is Sneed Latte. Next is the City Business Edition. Do stay tuned in.
60 years, Good Energy has served you top quality fuels. Goil brings you Super XP for a smooth ride. It is available in Goil stations nationwide. Goil Super XP is fortified with special additives which help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Goil Super XP is quality fuel, the ideal choice for most vehicles. Energize your ride with Goil Super XP. Who feel ya? Huh? Who be feel? Good energy. Joy,
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees. Mommy chop money. Cratchy, mommy my rent. Emergency. Now, there's a new emergency.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
L to the A to the L to the A. Normally I be good person. What's it happen? Big question. I've been on my obsession. Normally by 6:30, pillow fighting, movie nighting. Like then the romancing. Yeah. We used to vibe, you my only one. Now you they juggle me up and down. Tell me waiting they happen now.
It's 7:11. This morning, business edition. We'll bring you a powerful conversation with Professor Kwabena Boahen, Stanford Professor, Neuromorphic Engineer and AI Visionary.
Oh, no.
What am I saying?
Yeah, he's a neuromorphic engineer.
Engineer.
So basically, this is it. I interviewed him for two reasons.
Okay.
The Presec 99-year group is launching or building what is called the first AI lab for a secondary school in Ghana. That's their project. Every speech day, 1 year group does a project. So my year group was a 98-year group.
Okay.
So the group after me are doing a project on AI, and they want us to have a conversation on artificial intelligence. Now, the reason they chose Professor Kwabena Boahen is, number one, he is one of the world's foremost scientists when it comes to innovation. What he's trying to do is to now let me just put it simple. The more computing power you generate, the more electricity you need to use. So supercomputers need a lot of power to work. His point is that the human brain doesn't need a lot of power to function.
Okay.
So he's trying to build an artificial brain, basically computing power with less electricity.
Wow.
That's what he's trying to do. And he's been working on it for a couple of decades now.
Interesting.
And he also happens to have gone to Presec for his 6th form education, but he went to Infantum School for Form 1 to 5.
Right.
So you can say he's affiliated with the secondary school. But the third reason I interviewed him, so beyond the innovative things he's doing in the world space and his affiliation with the school, who are celebrating their speech day on next week, he also happens to be a classmate of Herman Chinrehese.
Oh, right.
So he had come to Ghana for the funeral of Herman. So I was trying to kill two birds with one stone. Talk to him about AI, discuss what an AI lab can do for a school like Presec, but also what he knows of Herman and what Herman
impact and legacy.
Exactly. So I interviewed him. I did a 2-part series with him.
That's a 3-purpose
I'm telling
interview.
you. And then I also interviewed David Kwame Bolton. I'll air that interview next 2 weeks.
Wonderful.
So basically, we've been talking science, innovation, technology, and all of that in this week. So that's going to happen after your announcement.
Interesting one there. Looking forward to it. While we wait for that, if you want to send money to Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, it's easier now through the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, PAPS. You can send and receive money. All you need to do is to visit any First Bank Ghana branch nationwide with your cash. The money is transferred in no time. If you want to receive money, all you need is a First Bank Ghana account. We put you first all the time. You know this. Call us to learn more about PAPS. 0596921921 is the number to call. Exciting news from Telecel, people. Get connected for less with our discounted MiFi device at an unbeatable price of only 500 Ghana cedis. Get 10 gigabyte free data as well for all your internet connectivity concerns. Portable Wi-Fi solution from Telecel has you covered. Don't miss out. Visit any Telecel retail shop today. Grab yours now. Telecel, connecting energies. Listen up, Ghana. Own the rugged and reliable Volkswagen Amarok manual transmission 2.0 L diesel engine, delivering an impressive 132 kW of power. Now available at an unbeatable price of just 540,000 Ghana cedis. Special offer and is available while stock lasts. So call or WhatsApp Universal Motors Limited 054-433-8804 to secure yours today. Don't miss out, act now. So let's get into that super conversation on the first AI lab in a West African school, Presec Legon. Bernard Abler's conversation with Professor Kwabena Boahen. Enjoy it. We'll be right back.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Please wait. Please wait. Please wait until I get my new car. Please wait until I find my real size. I'm gonna get me some love, somebody. My girl, sweet girl, my girl. I can see all your joy.
Welcome to a special edition of the City Business Edition, and today we're discussing a whole raft of things with I don't even know how to describe my guest, but I'm sure as we do the discussion, you would understand. So let me give the context for this interview. It's happening on the back of two things. Herman Chinehese, one of the most gifted Ghanaians we know, passed away and was laid to rest a few days ago, early November. And because of that, a number of interesting friends of his came back to Ghana to pay their last respects. So we've caught up with some of them and we're talking to them about various things, right? So my guest was met with Herman Fantipim School from 1976 to 1981 when they did their O-levels. So that's one level for the interview. We'll talk a bit about Herman. The other reason I'm interviewing my guest is that the PRESEC 99-year group have been given the onerous duty of organizing a speech and prize giving day, the 86th. And the year group is building an AI lab, and they feel like we need to discuss science, technology, engineering, math, and all those beautiful things with somebody who's gone through the school and who can give us more insight into the importance of things like AI. So they come around the world and found this gentleman who did his A-level and A-level at PRESEC and said, Bernard, you need to talk to this guy because he's the best we know in this field. So I'm basically straddling two objectives. Kwabena Boying is my guest, and Kwabena is at the forefront of, you can call it, developing AI to its most advanced form, because in very simple terms, they are trying to build an artificial brain. Yes, an artificial brain. But it's an evolution of many things that they've done. So I won't get ahead of myself. Let's just say hello to Kwabena. Thank you so much for joining the program.
Well, thanks for having me. And it's finally great to be here in the studio talking to you.
I don't know if you had any more complicated intros like the one I just did. It's amazing. But look, so you're here for Herman in Ghana, right?
Yeah, I got in here Friday, the day before he was laid to rest. Yeah.
I knew him, I won't say close, but I'd like to think I'm the Ghanaian journalist who's interviewed him the most times, because he used to do a lot of interviews with Citi. He liked the idea of what we're trying to do, and he was very open to new ideas. He's a great guy. Very pained that we lost him this early. But what kind of guy was he from your perspective? How do you know him?
Herman, I left Ghana quite a while ago. I left in 1985. I left in 1985, right? And then I came back in 92. So that was just around the time that they started Subtribe. And they were working out of this container in Kanda. So I used to hang out there a lot because there were all these techies. And so we had all kinds of arguments and discussion. But Herman, from Kwaboche days is always up to something. He's always got some idea he wants to argue about. Wow. He's always just full of energy and very, kind of all kinds of things happening with him. And so he just was just very curious and very interested in everything around him.
So you were in Form 1 in 1976?
Yes.
And you did O-levels in 81?
Yeah.
So this was under Champong initially, before the whole Unigov thing. It was a very crazy
It was
time
a tumultuous time.
Yeah.
I remember, I think Navy commander or something like that showed up with soldiers at Kwaboche, and people were stoning him from, like how the dorms are overlooking the main entrance. And some stone hit his hat like that, and he just told the soldiers to charge.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, so we just ran. I mean, this was like maybe 78 or something like that. Yeah, we went on a luta. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was it was crazy time.
But just a bit about the kind of education you had in those days to turn out all of you. I mean, not all of you, but a lot of the people from that matrix doing some pretty interesting things, right? How was Kwaboche in those days?
It was, we had a science club. And there was a guy called Asenso who was maybe when I was in Form 2, he was in sixth form, and he was the president of the science club. And people like me and Joe Jackson, I don't think we saw Herman much. But I remember Joe Michael Bonson, we were like building hovercrafts. We were always like, working on some projects there as part of this sort of science club, which was quite unique. And then also, Kwabuche had this science block which had just been built. And, so we were doing actual chemistry experiments. So there was a lot of practicals as part of the teaching,
Interesting.
In Form 4 and Form 5,
So essentially, Kwabuche those days would have technical subjects in addition to the pure sciences, right?
Yeah. So they had something I think it was pretty unique. My favorite subjects actually, as I was telling you earlier, was technical drawing and metal work, because I like to build things. Since I was 10, I'm always tinkering. I'm always, my sister would say just breaking stuff. but that was So I like that. So I enjoy those subjects. I would draw everything, and then I would go in the shop and machine stuff and so forth. So I like to do things with my hands.
Which is an interesting difference, because these days our science students generally very good at calculations, very good at doing physics, chemistry, and math and all those things. But I don't know any of them that does technical as part of their training. I think Kwabuche was unique in that sense.
I mean, Presec too had it, right?
Did they?
Yeah.
So you did Presec in 82?
Yeah, so I started, I was at Presec from 81 to 83 for A-levels.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
81 to 83. How different was Presec from Kwabuche?
You guys had it easy. You were right in a crowd. Life was, it was just much more in the sea. Kwabuche is pretty isolated out in Cape Coast. And then also, there was co-ed. There were girls coming in for classes and things like that. There were people doing continuing education and stuff. People. So there was a lot more, going on.
So it was like a place where people who did well in science, who wanted to further
science. So it was like exactly. So like the top science place, because they had they really, I think the government had invested to set up the facilities and so forth, made it like we're going to make this a top.
So it was a science college in the late 70s and 80s that really made the school then. That's where we started.
So there was this focus on science and so forth. So I remember my year group. There were 4 guys from Kwabuche came to Presec, and all of us got 4 A's in the A-levels.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is like bringing the best of the best together. So A's, physics, chemistry, math, biology, A's.
General paper.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Amazing. So we see how government policy can influence things like this. Of course, you had gone to university primary school.
Yeah.
So you were, it was also not too far from home.
Yeah.
So it was much easier for you.
Yeah.
But in Ghana, your Form 1 to 5 is your school.
Exactly.
So you are a Kwabuche boy with Presec credentials.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Now, in Form 3, you invented a corn planting machine.
Yeah.
Was that part of the curriculum? How did you end up doing that?
So I don't remember how we found out about it, but there was a national science fair. Just like how now you have the National Math and Science Quiz. In those days, there was a national science fair. You might have heard about the Intel Talent Fair and things like they do in the U.S. So it's similar to that, where you would, people would build projects, they would build things, and then they'll bring them to this fair, and the judges will go around and talk to the inventors about their inventions and so on and so forth, and then at the end they would judge and pick the best. So I'm not sure how we found out, but we were told that we could compete in this. It wasn't really an organized thing like it is now with the NSMQ, but we found out, probably from a metalworking teacher, Mr. Smith, that there was, we could enter this competition. So myself and one of my classmates, Michael Bonson, came up with this idea of building a corn planting machine. And he had, visited his father's farm, and he had seen them planting in the village, seen them planting corn, how they would plant them a certain distance apart in straight lines and go back and forth and do this. And he saw that was a lot of work, and so the idea was could we design a machine to automate this? And so we ended up, basically designing this thing, which was kind of like a wheelbarrow, but a little bit backwards. It had this wide front with these hoppers where you put your maize. And as the axle rotated, it had 2 wheels. As it rotated, we had this mechanism where when it lined up with the hopper, the corn would just flow through, and there was a little spike on the axle that would make the hole the corn would fall in there, and there was a little flap in the back that, as you pushed along, would come and cover it up.
Wow.
And there were two of them at the right spacing, so you're planting 2 rows of corn at the right spacing, and then you turn around and come back and go back and forth. And
this was the best project in Ghana at the time.
Yeah, so
this
we
was
won
like 79ish.
It was probably 78.
80s,
probably 78. Yeah. So.
And you went to the African.
Yeah. So we won for the competition there, and the government basically sent us to Lagos for the international science fair. So.
Wow.
That was exciting. That was really.
Did anybody offer
first time.
money to commercialize the invention? Or
No.
But I thought
we didn't file any patents.
But that's a funny thing, because
yeah.
this is an agrarian Ghana. A student has
Yeah.
come up with a more efficient way of planting
Yeah.
corn. You would have thought that a process could have been initiated to say, how can we build a version of this that can make
you
it
need
easier?
an ecosystem, right? You need, not just the inventor and the entrepreneur, but you need, people, VCs, venture capitals or angel investors. You need people who can mentor. So all this stuff takes time to develop, right? And in those days, we weren't even thinking about.
But I use that to talk about having talent, great ideas, but an ecosystem to harness it. Because now, and I'm jumping ahead of myself, now you're at Stanford, and the people you're raising money to do serious stuff because the ecosystem exists.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's not enough to have smart people. It's also important to build things that can allow them to thrive.
Yeah, but it's organic, right? So I have people who have taken my classes in Stanford, undergrads, who 5-6 years later are VCs. They've raised a fund. And so if you are a undergrad at Stanford and you're trying to start up a company, there's somebody who was there in your shoes like just a few years ago. So the main thing is to have people. And where do VCs come from? VCs are usually successful entrepreneurs, where then they decide that they are going to invest their money in that. So you just have to have one success, right? And then that leads to all these things, right?
Let's talk about let's talk about what you're doing now and the evolution of that, because the first story I properly sort of came across about you was in 2014. And let me just read a few paragraphs there.
Okay.
Neurogrid, a circuit board modeled after the human brain. Then it basically says, although the basic computer architecture we rely on was designed to handle math and logic problems, it's done a bang-up job of tackling everything from word processing and socializing to controlling the movements of artificial limbs. But as we demand increasingly human-like work from machines, pressure is mounting to rejigger and expand their basic architecture to better jibe with the brain's way of doing things. Second paragraph. If we ever want to be able to run a computer that simulates the 100 billion neurons at work in a human brain, though each of its silicon chips will have to sip, not gulp energy, and while computers will have to process information through pathways more organic and complex than the classic von Neumann architecture, they will have to keep up a demanding pace. Now here's the hook. Eyeing those problems on the horizon, a team of Stanford University engineers led by Kwabena Boahin, who's my guest in brackets, has developed a circuit board and its underlying chips that simulates the activity of 1 million neurons 9,000 times faster than a personal computer could, and is 100,000 times more energy efficient. They reported their findings in a recent issue of IEEE. The circuit board, called Neurogrid, consists of 16 custom-designed neurocore chips. Each chip simulates 65,536 neurons. All told, the board can simulate 1 million neurons and billions of synaptic connections. Now, this is 10 years ago, and I'm really struggling to understand what I just read. What is this? Walk me through. I'm sure the journey began more than 10 years ago, right? But it's a good place to start, all right? And then walk me through how we got to a point of saying now you are building an artificial brain. What did I just read?
So thanks for getting into the weeds on this one. Yeah, but the I like to start a little bit earlier, right? So I finished my sixth form, right, at Presec, And then I did my national service at CSIR. So this is maybe like at airport. This may be like in 83 to 84. And around that time, my dad came back from sabbatical and brought one of these personal computers. It was almost like a glorified electronic calculator. And you hook it up to your TV to see the display. And you would hook it up to your cassette recorder to store your programs. And that was like your hard disk, right? And, and we were, we could program BASIC on it. You could play a game called Pong and so forth. So it was a lot of fun. But, like me, I'm always going to take something apart and figure out what's going on. And, but I was too intimidated to take this thing apart. So I went in the CSIR library and, I took all the books about computers. And so I basically taught myself how a computer worked. And I basically read about the program counter, the RAM, how you basically the ALU and how you get it to do an add or a multiply, all the way down to the logic like zeros and ones, ands and ors, in negation, all the stuff. So, and once I had figured it out, I was totally unimpressed. I thought this was such a brute force way of doing things. In other words, you needed so much circuitry, so many transistors. Start with such simple or brain dead, kinds of operations. And by the time you do a multiplication or something that's sophisticated, you have to do so much work and you have to do so many instructions and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I felt there had to be a more elegant way of doing this, right? So I was already looking for something different, And this is one of the points that I make, to, people, especially now having lived in the States and gone back and forth, is that, my contemporaries in the States, like if you were a teenager at that age, you were reading, HAL 2000, Arthur C. Clarke, all the science fiction. Mm-hmm. And they were talking to the computer. The computer was saying, I cannot do that data, or whatever. It was intelligent and all this kind of stuff. So they were sort of biased or predisposed to think that these things were these very powerful machines. But I was just looking at it for what it's worth. I hadn't read, that science, and what I saw didn't impress me. And so coming from that perspective, I was looking for a more elegant way of doing this. And this is how I got to where I am now, because it started back then.
So this is even pre-university?
Yeah.
So then when you finished CSR National Service, you got admission into tech?
Yeah.
To study electrical engineering?
Yeah.
But because at the time, I don't think computer science was a program available.
Yeah, it wasn't a separate program, but
so
in electrical engineering, you learned Fortran, and there was you did some computer programming.
But you abandoned the tech course and went abroad.
Yeah, so then I left after a year, and I did my undergrad at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore.
So this was still in electrical engineering.
Yeah.
So how different was that experience from the tech experience? So how different was I'm still trying to lace the journey of this brain through educational development.
So this sort of personal computer that my dad brought, we were writing programs in BASIC, right? We're compiling them, we're getting it to run. And at Tech, I took a Fortran class. And, they give you an assignment like, you write a program to sort numbers or something like that. And you would write it out on your, in pen and paper. And you would hand that in, and then you get it back graded that your program was correct or not. You never actually entered it into a computer. You never compiled it. You never debugged. All the stuff that I was already doing it was basic at all.
Writing on paper.
You don't.
It was boring.
That's how you learn programming. So that's very different from
wow. So when you entered Johns Hopkins was obviously a different experience.
It wasn't it was, now you could actually, people didn't have their own computers at that time. It was like timeshare.
Yeah.
So you go into a computer room, there were all these terminals, and then you would do your assignment. But you'd be programming, you'd be compiling, you'd be doing all the stuff.
So this would be 86, 87-ish?
Yeah.
Was computer science a well-defined
field? Oh, yeah, computer
field
science
by then?
was it was.
So in 86, 87 at Johns Hopkins, you had access to terminals, practically solve real problems with the machine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're still talking about how you got to where.
Okay, yeah. So it was actually at Hopkins too, right? So the when I was maybe what they call a sophomore
Yeah.
Second year. You know, I went to a talk by a guy called Terry Sechnowski. In fact, you know, the Nobel Prize was just awarded for, you know, neural networks. And this guy, Jeff Hinton, and Terry Sechnowski wrote a paper, this Boltzmann machine, which was a 2-layer or a simple, you know, in terms of layers, you know, the way neural networks are advanced is that they get more and more layers of processing or units. And this thing had only 2 layers, so it was like a very primitive neural network. But that was what they cited. And so, yeah, so Terry Sechnowski was at Hopkins at the time. And I heard him give a talk about a network, a neural network he trained called NetTalk. And what the network did was that it took text. You know, the way they're feeding it text, they started with like children's books. So they were feeding it this text from children's books. And then they were also telling it what the phonemes were for those words, so that it learned to go from the words to the speech, right, the sound. And so then he was able to train a network to do this, like where, you know, it would start out when early in the training, it would just babble. But like as you went, you know, fed it more and more text, it started to like sound like a baby who was learning to talk. And at some point you could actually understand what it was saying, which was very impressive, because he played back those phonemes with this thing called a vocoder. And so you know, I heard that talk and I was blown away. I thought this was really elegant, because, you know, you don't have to write some stupid program with all these lines of code, debug it. And also you could solve a problem that you didn't even know what the algorithm was for, right? Because you don't know which letter goes to which phoneme. But just by giving examples to the network, it would adjust its weights, the connections between its units, using this you know, algorithm called backprop, which was also, yeah, you know, and that was, so I was hooked.
So this is how this is how the journey began.
Yeah. So that's when I saw the light that, you know, this is a better approach than these brute force computers, because it was like inspired by the brain, and you know, I didn't really. Biology was one of my favorite subjects, so I didn't really know much about what the brain did and so forth.
Although you had your
secondary school,
you had your 4 years, so you have a basic biology knowledge.
Yeah, I don't think I took biology. I took physics, math, chemistry, and general paper. Those days you take 4 subjects.
And the irony is that now everything you're doing is based on understanding how the brain functions.
Yeah, but you can, you know.
Of course,
you say,
I get that.
You can learn that. You know.
So
it's
for you,
about being able to solve problems. Yeah.
So for in a sense, the brain obviously is the most efficient computer of all time, and basically
Absolutely.
you are trying to see how best you can mimic that using the least power. That's basically what you're trying to do.
Yes.
And it's a very fundamental problem, because the more closer we get to the brain, the better things we can do with machines.
So you can basically, so people like Terry Sechnowski, this was in like 19, you know, like we just said, like 86, 87. You know, they already had these ideas. They had like these, you know, they were adding more layers to these networks. They had backprop, which an algorithm could train it, and so on and so forth. And this was going on for like 30 years, from the 80s. It wasn't until like 2011, right, 2012, that these neural networks basically became, you know, became commercially relevant, right? When, you know, Jeff Hinton students entered this competition to recognize images, and they blew everybody away, okay? And so that was, but, you know, so what made the difference, right? The thing that made the difference is that they figured out how to use GPUs, which can do a lot more operations per second because they operate in parallel than, you know, these single core computers we're using before that, right?
By GPU you mean, is it graphic processing?
Graphics processing unit, which are normally used to play games. But by making the point that the technology was what was limiting the amount of compute we could get or we could afford, was what was limiting progress in this field. It's fundamental. And once, you know, these two students figured out how to like get GPUs to do these sort of vector matrix multiplications that you need to train these networks and to operate them, they were able to then get access to a lot more computing power. And then you saw these amazing results. So it's technology that's driving this. You know?
This is a special edition of Citi Business Edition. My guest is Kwabena Boahin. I don't know what he calls himself. Are you a biomedical engineer? Are you a
I am what they call a neuromorphic engineer.
A neuromorphic engineer.
Yeah.
Basically trying to imitate how the brain functions in engineering and technology. He happens to be the son of the legendary Professor Edu Boahen. We haven't even gone there yet. We're interviewing him on a number of levels, of course. His friend Herman Tinuhese was laid to rest early November, and he's in Ghana, therefore we're speaking to him. But the Presec 99-year group also wanted me to interview him because they are unveiling an AI center later this month, and they believe that a conversation around this type of thing would inspire a lot more young people to take up the field. So the likes of Bright Simmons and co. really encouraging us to do this interview. We will continue with the conversation. Stay with us.
Give me some love, somebody. Love, until I get my new car. Please wait until I find my real side. I'm gonna get me some love, somebody. Love, until I get my new car. Please wait until I find my real side. I'm gonna get me some love, somebody.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Anymore, pop quiz. Are you ready?
Hit me.
Can you give me 3 words that start with omni?
Oh, that's easy. Omnibus, omnipotent, omnibus. The bank with a really nice signboard.
Hey, Radzi, you mean omnibisic. OMNIBSIC. Omnibisic. Let me hear you say it.
Omnibisic.
Perfect.
Is that an abbreviation?
Not entirely. And it's not just a bank with nice signboards either. Omnibisic Bank is Ghana's fastest growing bank with innovative banking products and headquarters in Atlantic Tower at Airport City, Accra, as well as 40 branches across the country. Omnibisic Bank has the final word on excellent customer service delivery in Ghana.
Plus, they have the coolest signboard.
Yes, they do. And the coolest name, Omnibisic.
At your service.
The Situation All White Christmas Party is back! This Christmas Eve, forget the usual and step into a celebration like none other. The Situation All White Christmas Party is taking over the city with music, magic, and memories waiting to be made. Think cozy vibes, electric beats, and the perfect blend of festive cheer and wild energy all in one space. Date 24th December 2024. Venue The Underbridge, East Legon. Time 8 p.m. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. Come and dance like nobody's watching. Sip, mingle, make merry, and unwrap the ultimate Christmas Eve experience. Dress to impress, bring your holiday spirit, and let's make the Situation All-White Christmas Party unforgettable. Call 0205-973-973 for table reservations and get ready to party! It's going to be lit at the Underbridge. The Situation All-White Christmas Party 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM.
This is the story of Kofi Ban from Takwa. His story has just begun, but it has a world of opportunity ahead of it. His first day at school, his last day in SHS, going to the university, getting into the fast food business, expanding into the delivery business, and
everything to look forward to. And just like Kofi Ban's story, Absa Bank believes there's something special about your story. And we invite you to write it with us. Your story matters. Absa.
Ojam, did you know the NDC once promised a one-time premium for NHIS?
Yeah, but when they won the elections, they could not implement it and almost collapsed the NHIS. Today, this same man is promising Mahama Care and free primary health care.
They think we are kids in this country. We don't have short memories, like Mahama said. Remember the capitation pilot in Ashanti? You were stuck with one health facility, no matter what.
That was so limiting. But look at us now under the MPP. there's real change.
The MPP expanded NHIS coverage to include serious conditions like childhood cancer, sickle cell disease, and kidney dialysis for children under 18 years and old people from 60 years and above. Today, with just a short code, you can renew your insurance.
Truly, the MPP has restored our hope in the health system. See the Agenda 111 and other new hospitals are springing up everywhere.
So, this election, let's vote for continuity. Let's vote to protect our healthcare. We will not fall for fake promises again.
Hello.
Good morning, oh. Please, am I speaking to Madam Mavins?
Morning. Annie Mavis ni. 1 year.
I am Alfred. Me free MTN. Sisiana, we notice say Obi Isika wo wallet ni.
Jesus Christ. Me sika my brain ya.
Oh, madam. Nyabotre. Sika say na na wo wallet ni.
2,000 Ghana rade me wo. Yes, Jesus.
Oh no. We die bo momo pin no na yam block isa ni pa no.
What broken? Okay. Why? 9.
Anti-Mavis Jai, MTN will never call you with any number except 0244 300,000. Sure, don't entertain calls discussing your Momo wallet or claiming you've won money or gifts from MTN. Report any suspicious activity by calling 100 or using *170#, the Momo app, my MTN app, or email mmfraudteam.gh@mtn.com. Stay alert.
MTN. This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Oh my, it's Lexus on a bit.
Guinea, ice.
Link up Kanata Migona Paklakota Gledge. Migrena Mary Quaya do Pavi. Boba move Madela Street Kaji. Now for the Kale Yama Yabole, Glodwe Military Cokamama plane.
Kenny Eyes, Haja, bringing us to kick off Zonda Ghana Limited, proud sponsor, Polytang as well, together with Shell V Power. Zonda Ghana Limited says we are your one-stop shop for quality trucks, Shantui bulldozers, excavators, graders, payloaders, rollers, power pickups, TX trucks, oil tanks, all made and assembled right here in Ghana. We provide you top-notch after-sales service. All your heavy and light-duty trucks and machinery needs are taken care of. We have 7 branches around the country. Our head office is off the Tema Flower Road, close to the Free Zones Enclave in Tema. 050-177-2222, 050-177-3333. These are the numbers to call. Zonda is built in Ghana and building Ghana. See, if you have to store water, and I'm very certain you need to, Polytank is the name you have to think of. We've been around for 30 years, 3 decades of 7 generations. The first, the best, and certainly the original. Go for guaranteed quality. Choose Polytank. Polytank near Papa Noni. We do not ask for Momo payments online.
Forget your wahala na mu abagala. Timananga contact letter. Edu haja. Mila goma ledu haja. Yeah.
And kickoff is brought to you by Shell V Power as well. It's good to see my brother and friend in the studio this morning, Edwin Kofi.
It's good to be sitting at the seat or the table of men, finally.
Good morning, brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm well. Have you found Belinda now? Are we having bread soon?
I haven't found my Belinda, but I hope the bread will come in time.
I was listening to you on Traffic Avenue and I had a blast. Say hashtag bread. Edwin and Belinda bread. Charlie, what's in the news, bro?
It's time for... Good morning and welcome to Kickoff on the City Breakfast Show. Let's start with the Ghana Premier League. It's match week 12, and this weekend, Inform Hearts of Oak hosts in Swatraman FC at the University of Ghana Stadium on Saturday, the 24th of November. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. So obviously, we want you to go see that. Aduana FC return to the Nana Ajimambedu, the first park, to battle Kumasi Asante Kotoko in the top liner of match week 12 in the Ghanaian top flight, scheduled for Sunday, the 24th of November. League leaders Nations FC host Brekum Chelsea at the Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Complex on Sunday, as well, seeking to strengthen their grip on top spot. Dreams FC, fresh from their consecutive wins in the top flight, at home to battle Kerala United. Basake Holy Stars entertain Samatex in the Western Derby at the Crosby Iwa Memorial Park, while Mediama SC travel to Wenchi to face off against Young Apostles on Sunday. Hearts of Lions will aim to continue their fine form when they host Legon Cities at the Pando Stadium. Bechem United will seek to make it 2 wins out of 2 when they take on Accra Lions at the Nana Jiabo Park in Bechem, while Gold Stars host Vision FC at the Dance Park on Sunday. Away from that, Sadiq Adams, a member of the Save Ghana Football movement, has stated that the Ghana Football Association's apology is insufficient without holding individuals accountable for the national team's failure to advance in the AFCON qualifiers. In a press release issued Thursday, the 21st of November, the GFA expressed regrets over the team's inability to qualify for the continental tournament, marking the first time in 21 years that Ghana will miss out on the competition. But Sadiq Adams believes it's not enough.
The way and manner the statement has been released testifies to the fact that that's the typical Ghana Football Association, something that has been forced. The team got eliminated 2 weeks ago, and you can see from the demeanor and posture of the association emanating from the fact that there is no accountability. Nothing has forced them quite so far to accept responsibility as always, and because of the fact that there will not be any accountability on their parts. This is something that a lot of sports journalists have issued clarion call and too much pressure on them. The criticisms have been very harsh, and there is no other escape than to do this, but I don't think that this is from a very genuine position.
Well, Sadiq Adams also believes that the Ministry of Youth and Sports should also be blamed for the team's recent collapse at the AFCON qualifiers.
But it's difficult to separate because the Ghana Football Association itself is under the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the National Sports Authority, who are the custodians or the representatives of the people. So you cannot separate or disassociate the failure of the national team. This is the first time in the last 2 decades, 20 years, and anywhere else in this world, this would have been a disaster and a very complete level of embarrassment. But it's Ghana, a country that has fallen to a point where there are no standards, so you don't expect too much. But you do not. It will be very difficult for me to disassociate the failure in that regard, in that sector, from what we are experiencing as a country.
You heard from the convener of the Save Ghana Football Movement, Sadiq Adams. To the Premier League, where Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola says he could not leave the club after suffering 4 consecutive defeats for the first time in his coaching career. Guardiola signed a 2-year contract with City, which will keep him at the club until 2027. The 53-year-old Spaniard joined City in 2016 and has won 18 trophies, including 6 Premier League titles. Let's hear from Pep Guardiola.
I felt I could not live now. Simple as that. Don't tell me the reason why. Maybe the 4th defeat was the reason why I felt that now I cannot live. And yeah, I felt the club still, want me or have the fact that they were together, and that's why we signed.
You did 4 years at Barcelona and also 3 years at Bayern Munich, but you're going to be here a lot longer than that. Why is that? What's so special about here?
First, because we won a lot. Otherwise, stay 11 years. Not even here in a place like I feel love. Here's a business. You have to win and have a contract, but I know if we don't win, maybe I will not continue. So I know exactly that doesn't mean as a paper that even we don't need it. It's just the feeling that the moment that we feel is done, the club will know it. And that moment didn't feel it. The club, Chiki first, and of course our chairman Khaldoon and Farhan didn't feel it, and that's why I extend to be here to try to continue to do it well.
That was Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola. They are in action this weekend and they take on Spurs in one of our featured games. And that's the latest in the world of sports on Kickoff on the City Breakfast Show. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickoff is brought to you by Zonda Ghana, Shell V Power, and Politan Ghana, Papa Nunye. My name is Edwin Kwakofi. Have a nice day.
Hey, well, yo, I did tire for Abu Chef. See, everything I do, Abu won't do some. Last year, I bought a cattle farm in Yanton. I see he go buy a farm next to mine. I marry Fauzia. No, he marries Fauzia's sister. I buy my motorbike. I see, no, he go buy motorbike too.
But you know, since you buy your bike, he has bought 4 motorbikes, which have all broken down. You know, they maintain bikes at all.
His problem be say he dey put wrong lubricant for his bike inside. The correct motorbike oil where if you put inside be Shell Advanced Lubricant. Shell Advanced Lubricant be the only motorbike oil where they make them for motorbike to protect engine, clutch and brake. Wait, no. Wait me, wallahi, I no go tell him. Shell. Hey, well, but wait, where you go?
If you don't go tell Abu, me I don't go tell him say make you use Shell Advanced Lubricant for him bike.
Hey.
Visit any Shell station or distributor today to get your Shell Advanced Lubricant for your motorbike. Shell Advance, complete protection for your bike.
Politankinye, Papa Nunye, Politankinye, Papa Nunye, Papa Naka Messi, Papa Nunye Messi, only one Politan, strong and reliable, trusted by generation. We want the citizens to buy only Politan. Hey, Politan, hey, Politan, hey, Politan. Politankinye, Papa Nunye, Politankinye, Papa Nunye, Accra Plumbers, say so.
Guys, Charlie, you know that mining contract I've been chasing for years now. I just got awarded the deal. But the issue is where to get the right and quality heavy-duty trucks to execute this job here in Ghana.
Relax, my guy. Remember my recent construction deal at Pokwase? Zonda sorted me out.
Zonda? What? Who is that?
Zonda Tech Ghana Limited is your one-stop shop for machinery, heavy and light-duty trucks, and pickups. They have the Shantui bulldozers, graders, payloaders, rollers, Fua pickups, 4-land light trucks, TX trucks, and oil tanks. Made and assembled right here in Ghana with top-notch after-sales service and standard prices.
Made in Ghana. This is amazing.
You haven't seen my Zonda Power pickup, which I take to the office. Strong, durable, and tough on our roads.
Hey, that's from Zonda too?
Absolutely. Zonda is the right place for you, my guy.
Oh, now I am sorted with Zonda. Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your solution for heavy and light-duty trucks. Located at Tema, off the Flower Road. Call 0501 772 222 or 0501 773 333. Zonda, built in Ghana, building Ghana.
In a world where only the best survives, you need a fuel that can match your drive. A fuel with unparalleled protection for your engine, superior efficiency, and unrivaled performance. A fuel so unbeatable, when you get behind the wheel, you'll focus on what really matters. The journey ahead. That fuel is Shell V-Power, because no other fuel gives your engine better protection, better efficiency, and better performance. Be unbeatable. Drive unbeatable. Shell V-Power. Shell, go well.
You're looking for a bank to rely on? Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. We say to bank be no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Now I got to Spain even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. They tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first. Woo!
Nobody feed you, I'm like us. First Bank, we treat you first. Treat you first. about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
There's a business in every woman, from the young lady brimming with exciting and novel business ideas to the market queen managing her empire. There's the she architect, quantity surveyor, realtor, business consultant, crafting dreams into reality, and the multitasking mom seamlessly blending work at home. The entrepreneur, meticulously checking stock, to the corporate woman, sealing deals on the move. Indeed, there's a business in every woman. Introducing Telecel Women in Business, our initiative to empower women-led and women-owned enterprises. Benefit from tailored activities, networking, business and technical support, free webinars, trainings, and more. To join this initiative, be a female-led business and a Telecel business customer. Visit telecel.com.gh/business to register now.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Yasakofa fufrabo, pepper powder, bekwa ojawo, sankofa pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder. Abuna abonje krakra, sankofa pepper powder, sankofa pepper powder. Ojawo.
I am Wahinere Gifty Auntie. You see, it always feels good when you receive that salary alert. I made a bold decision to invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan. And this means that I will get these alerts every month throughout retirement for the rest of my life. You too can retire on your own terms or invest a lump sum in the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and receive a monthly income for the perfect retirement. Call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit www.oldmutual.com.gh to sign up today. Obrapa Ahotongwa.
Old Mutual. Do great things every day.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
The Situation All White Christmas Party is back! This Christmas Eve, forget the usual and step into a celebration like none other. The Situation All White Christmas Party is taking over the city with music, magic, and memories waiting to be made. Think cozy vibes, electric beats, and the perfect blend of festive cheer and wild energy all in one space. Date 24th December 2024. Venue The Underbridge, East Legon. Time 8 p.m. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. Come and dance like nobody's watching. Sip, mingle, make merry, and unwrap the ultimate Christmas Eve experience. Dress to impress, bring your holiday spirit, and let's make the Situation All-White Christmas Party unforgettable. Call 0205-973-973 for table reservations and get ready to party! It's going to be lit at the Underbridge. The Situation All-White Christmas Party 2024 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Yeah, Artinan. You ready to party? You ready to party? It's summer time. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Akoko we chesu denchem wa kechi. No, Orokodo. And this is a special one from Elliot Kojo Mensah to his boss, Nana Abrokwa Asari, Administrator, National Premix Fuel Secretariat. He says, I wish you the best of your new age. May the heavens respond quickly when you call. Have a blissful celebration. And this is coming from Elliot Kojo Mensah to Nana Abrokwa Asari. Nana Abrokwa is an interesting gentleman. He gave me tilapia and gave me a 3 months deadline to chop the tilapia, because he believes that when he gives me that I can't cook it, but by the grace of God I will disgrace him. Happy birthday, Nana Abrokwa Asari. And this is coming from me as well, Zoe Abubeidu Ado. Happy birthday, Nana Abrokwa Asari. Happy 12th marriage anniversary to you. Benjamin Osafo Sechere, aka Watoto. Hey, my God. Did I get that right? Watoto. And Mrs. Dorcas Osafo Sechere of Star Assurance. It's your 12th marriage anniversary. Here to many more years together, my personal person. God has been in the details. And of course, clean sheet Nkwan. Hearts you both. This is coming from Mamle. Happy 60th birthday in advance to Ajua Anoa Amatego. Enua Osono. May God fulfill your heart's desires and grant you long life. Well, thank God for giving you to us, Mommy. With love from your children, David, Sarah, and Geraldine. To Ajua Anoa. Reminds me of the poem Enua Osono. Missy so na a dumb crafty fee beshama huafe. Boy. More dedications. Senior 0549986996. And this November as well as December, Zenith Bank Ghana and Visa are rewarding Zenith SME business card holders with exclusive giveaways. Be one of the first 40 customers to sign up for the Zenith SME business card and receive total energy fuel vouchers to fuel your car, or be one of the 100 Zenith SME card holders who will receive shopping vouchers from Amazon when you spend a minimum of 10,000 Ghana cedis on internal transactions in November and December this year. Zenith SME business card is that card. Keeps giving the ultimate payment solutions for SMEs. Sign up today at any of our branches nationwide. Oh, come on. Come on. For more information, call Zenith Direct, our 24-hour customer contact center, 0302 680 884, 0307 086 370. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. And the January 2025 admission is in progress. Lead the change with the university built for tomorrow's leaders. Heritage Christian University College is set to provide a missing link in tertiary education through creativity and innovation. We've been doing that since 2018, providing startup grants to a number of our students. There's a huge emphasis on entrepreneurship, technology, practical learning with professional certification. We are located at Masaman behind the Olympic Stadium. Call this number 0547 777 731 or 020 229 8399. www.hcuc.edu.gh is where you go for more details.
And of course, we are thrilled at Coca-Cola to announce the return of your favorite Coca-Cola original regular taste in a 300 ml glass bottle.
Is it back in that bottle?
I'm telling you.
Coca-Cola shape.
The original shape.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was the Citi.
Yeah, that one is Christmas. That be one we they drink once in a year.
I tell you. So now you can buy and enjoy your refreshing Coca-Cola with the convenience of returning your glass bottle for reuse. Drive into a world of flavor with Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite, all of it in that bottle for only 3.50 per Swiss. And for those who prefer a different twist, your favorite Coca-Cola drink is also available in a 300 ml recyclable PET bottle priced at 6 Ghana cedis. And so follow us on our social media at Facebook at Coca-Cola_GH. And we're providing a special deal on the robust Amarok pickup. It's a 2.0 liter diesel workhorse. Produces 177 horsepower, a trailer weight of 5,550 kg. It can carry the necessary load to get the job done. The Amarok is a fuel-efficient pickup with the maximum power for the task ahead. Its service interval of 6 months or 7,500 kilometers, whichever comes first, announces the durable components used to build the Amarok. Nice. It starts at 548,000 Ghana cedis. Call or WhatsApp VW on 025-795-6688 for more information.
Wonderful.
So let me use the opportunity to say happy birthday to Madame Benis Ampofo Apia of the Customer Relations Department of the latex foam company inside the industrial area in Accra. You're celebrating your birthday today. Your people around you in the office, your people around you at home are all celebrating you. And they say that you should continue to be warmth where there is coldness, and that you should hit people where it matters, and that you should ensure that people continue to grow around you as you have always done. God bless you, and may you reach impossible heights.
There was another one that came from Azokoze and the uncles and aunties of Nathan Kwao to him, celebrating him today being his birthday. So happy birthday to Nathan Kwao. Of course, we wished him earlier, but this is from his uncles and aunties.
In fact, his wife sent a request.
Okay.
He says Sky should say something for the husband on her behalf.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, Nathan is a whole institution.
Precisely.
You know, he is in many spaces.
Yes.
He occupies many spaces.
Thank you.
And on this special day,
yes,
your madam in the house,
Mrs. Q.
Mrs. Q.
Yes.
Who is almost always present.
Yes.
Wherever we are doing something.
You understand?
Is saying that you have added so much to the lives of many.
Yeah, man.
And that you will continue to do that wherever you find yourself. And that at the home, you are performing. When she needs to go somewhere, Nathan is there.
I'm telling you.
When she wants to go to do something, Nathan is there.
I'm telling you.
Doing all that you must do.
Yes.
Charlie, you are a man among many.
Yes.
At the very zenith of life.
Sure.
Keep doing what you are doing, Nathan. You will be blessed.
Yes.
Your value is here. You'll find the favors right here on earth.
Yeah, man.
Before we go to the other world.
Amen.
Thank you for being with the minority.
Nathan,
you join the majority in the fullness of time. In all glory.
In the meantime, management of NLA wishes to inform all the private lottery operators, entities, and organizations who want to operate and sell lotto, including Appel Lotto, within the legal framework of the National Lottery Act, that registration has opened for the year 2025. All interested persons can register by picking an application form at any of our regional or district offices and the NLA head office, Fortune House, Accra, from 1st November, and make sure you submit them by November 29, so a week from today. When you complete this registration exercise, any unregistered entity found operating or selling lotto products will be dealt with in accordance with the laws of Ghana. For further inquiries, call 0266 087 966. NLA Development through games.
In other words, don't do banker to banker. It is not correct. If you want to do the thing, go and get proper certification and a license to do it.
Are you disowning your former profession?
Happy first birthday to my friend.
You made it in life, so now you can come and sit on and say, "Position banker to banker." Didn't you used to tell Lotto? Deny it.
Banker to banker.
He was using permutation and combination. You know, he would take the paper, then he would pen it. Then he will write 2 numbers and you do this.
Lucky numbers.
Then he said, if you see me, I'll add 1 more. So he'll give you 2.
No, so that be Lotto doctor.
This guy.
Lotto doctor.
He used to pen.
We had one back in the day in the King of Kings. You know King of Kings?
Yes.
The bus.
Yes, King of Kings.
The King of Kings bus from Odoko to Circle. There used to be a Lotto doctor
inside the bus.
Every week the man will give you Lotto numbers. Every week.
The thing they drop.
The man, he gives you the numbers and he's so sure. So one day he came and brought a number. And some guy said, I said last week. Last week, my number. And I was sure I said, you bidi. And I said, Ora, Maya, enye.
Let me ask you, why is it that some days they are so sure?
Well, you see, it's all a question. I'm not speaking from any
experience.
I'm not sure. No, it's our calculation. So
Lotto is workable?
Oh yeah, that's right. They actually, there's just now you have AI now doing many things, right? No, they have a way of
the projection is not scientific, but tracking down the trends.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm
always
saying.
possible.
It's based on data.
Trends. That is historical data.
You are a computer scientist, but you're talking to a Lotto scientist. No rush. You do your things for tech. But this guy, he has organic knowledge of.
The projection there is a game of chance.
Bro, the guy worked the thing.
It's a game of chance.
The thing employed him for a year. So you
game of chance.
I will believe Sky more than you.
It's a game of chance, Papa.
Guys,
this place is roadside.
You see, they work with the data and probabilities. It is not by chance.
The data
only
establish the trends.
Yeah.
But the projection is a game of
it's probabilistic.
Probabilistic.
That's a game of
certain degree of certainty.
How? That's probabilistic.
Hold on. If something is probabilistic, it means that one is more likely than
to happen than the other.
So if you are going to put your money on
hang on. Now we are moving into statistics, which is my area.
That's okay.
It's a lot of work.
I'm saying that. Yes. But if it's probabilistic, the degree of probability does matter.
So it's not predicting that the number will drop. By saying that
I am saying that it is probabilistic without predictability.
Hold on.
That's all I'm saying.
So probability means
that it can happen. Not by any design.
No. It means that it's more likely than another.
No, it is.
But I'm just saying that
not with any degree of prediction.
It
can happen because it is a game of numbers anyway, and definitely one number will happen.
But he has sold Lotto before. You have not.
No, I have benefited from lottery before. I told you that I have. Why my boy, darling? But say, you did that.
There is
Japiro, you did that.
I want to hear Sky on this matter.
Degree of certainty.
Talk to me, brother. Talk to me, brother.
There is a huge degree of certainty.
Like the Lotto doctors, why are they all poor?
No. Is it Zamens? Anyway, the
other issues involved.
It is one thing working the numbers.
And
it is another thing having the money to take it. And then also, you see,
what's the point in
there's also a question of risk appetite.
Why do you do galamsey and remain poor?
No, you see,
it will risk appetite because
so
the risk appetite.
You are doing galamsey and show everybody galamsey, but you are poor. What is that?
To be fair, you see, the point Simon is making is that if it was certain,
yes,
the Lotto doctor will not be poor.
There's a certain degree of certainty.
No, the word degree is what gives the game away.
Yeah.
So you see, probability means that of a number of outcomes, which one is more likely?
Yes.
So when you are betting, that's why they have odds.
Yes, that's true.
The odds simply tell you that the chances against. So it's not like if you knew for certain it will no longer be a game of chance.
No, that's, you see,
the certainty is what takes away the.
That's why I qualified it by saying a certain degree of certainty.
A certain degree.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
The reason is that, look, the numbers don't just drop like that. Of course, we can.
Let me put it this way: there are two Lotto doctors, maybe you and Caleb, because you understand the trend better.
Yes.
If I had 1,000 I wanted to stake, I'll probably stake 700 on you and stake 300 on Caleb because your own is more likely to be correct than his own.
Exactly.
So I hedge my bet on your side.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if you were certain, I would have given you all the 1,000. So Sames's point is that if you knew of a certain that the number would drop, and I had 1,000 CDs, I wouldn't give 700 to you and give 300 to Caleb.
No,
I will give you all the 1,000 because I know you will win. But because we don't know, that's why we hedge our bets.
You see, you must be foolhardy to think that merely because the Lotto doctor predicted it, it's certain that it will happen.
The point is making.
No. But you see, what he's to characterize it as though it's just a game of chance. And
but chances. But it's chance.
Hold on.
Not chance as in okay, let me qualify him. He's not saying that it's a game of chance as in say it means that every outcome has the same likelihood.
See, that's the point I'm
every
trying
outcome
to
doesn't
say.
have some outcomes have a more high likelihood than some others. That's all.
Exactly. And you see, the reason is that the people don't just predict in a vacuum.
But let me ask, did you stake it before secondary or after? Because I want to know. You see, I want to know whether you are done prop before or you learnt it organically. Because if you did it organically, it means that you cut all the probability courses.
Well, as a matter of, you see, there's someone in the family who
had a Lotto ticket.
So he would always send you to buy. I won't mention them, but he always buy Lotto paper
for him.
Yeah, so you walk from Adafianu to Denu to buy the Lotto paper. And
when you bring it back,
anytime you are around. You saw how it was done. I mean, almost every single day.
So he showed you the ropes. So one day you went into the kiosk.
Wait, what?
I listened to that.
And then also, my mother rode Lotto before.
The kiosk is not far from your house.
And then my uncle, he is now in Accra, I won't mention his name, also wrote Lotto for a long time. So it's something more.
It means the shack in the
so
family.
It did the family.
Our brain did the family inside.
But proper writing of Lotto, I did that for a long time in Georgia.
Wow. Oh, in my hometown.
Yeah, that's right. So let me say good
morning. You had a kiosk?
So we're using. So my best friend in school.
Okay.
Said no wisdom.
Yeah.
The father owned the kiosk. Yes, I think of blessed memory.
Okay.
So we were in
sharing resources.
No, Charlie. It has to be on a scene.
Lotto prediction is fraud.
I disagree with you.
I waited for you.
Okay. Then you say machine learning, data and everything is wrong. No, not before machine learning.
I just say that Lotto, this occupation that people have created out of predicting Lotto numbers is fraud. Me,
they are fraud.
You shared your experience. Me, I've been seen names. Oshe, you did it. Japiero, you did it. Marcos Villasana. We used to go to national lotteries under the trees when we were in secondary school.
That's right.
Weekends, we travel 10, 20 boys. We move all the way to go and listen to these Lotto doctors. You understand?
To get inspiration.
Charlie, they will calculate the thing you would, and then when they finish, say pay them. Pay them so that they give you the numbers.
Okay.
And I'm asking, and we used to do that. And then the whole thing will sweep. Occasionally, one will drop. You understand? That's why I'm saying that. It's a game of chance because you have a specific number of numerical items to work with. So by all means, one will drop with a certain combination which is likely.
Yes.
Some are likely, more likely, and less
So
likely.
do you believe that if the Lotto doctor is more skilled, he can make it more likely for you to get?
Hang on.
So there are levels
what
of
I'm saying
degree.
is that there's no science to the prediction. It's still a game of chance.
Is there a science to the
No,
probability?
but the point, if there's a science to the prediction, the Lotto doctor should be richer.
No,
But why is he standing under the tree there?
He's risk averse.
No,
That's the only reason why.
No,
you have excess
He's
money
risk
to spend.
averse, and then he's taking money from me.
Yeah, that's why, because you have money to spend.
You
have appetite for this.
Because
his business model is
the outcomes of winning far outweighs the money that he collects from me. So if he's 100% sure, why is he taking the money from me?
So Sky,
It's fraud.
the everlasting question for Lotto has been asked by somebody in a song.
Why is the Lotto doctor there?
And that question, until Jesus comes, that question will be valid.
So that's the answer I'm supplying is that it is because the Lotto doctor is risk averse.
So Sky has answered the Lotto doctor
because
question.
Look, the point is that there are frauds in the system, but there are people who have dedicated
I'm not saying that the people are fraudulent. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. I'm saying
the
that
art is fraudulent.
Yes, the
whole profession is a fraud.
I have a profession out of giving
we
Lotto
also
numbers.
It's
fraud.
But guy, we can't sit on air, and go against what the NLA has been saying to us since 1957. The NLA's advert that Solomon Sampa and those guys did, that advert that they did, the main advert was that nobody should work any Lotto for you. Lotto is a game of chance. You remember the advert? He said the Lotto is so reliable. I am so happy. Then he mentioned the night 29, 44, 60.
Single two.
You know, and that is what I'm saying. That whole campaign that NLA did in the 80s and the early 90s was on the premise of this argument you are having. So NLA says that Samens is right.
No.
And you say the Lotto doctors are right.
You see, mine is even backed by literature.
Hey!
Hold on. No. There's a recent development in the US.
Liverpool literature, Samens.
It must have been either in the US
I'm
or
happy
in the
that
UK.
it's literature.
No, that's right.
Not science.
Where the guy no. I don't. Literature support. Exactly.
I can. Oh, look. We are on radio.
This guy is going to the constitutional.
We are on radio. So I'll let this one pass. I'm just saying that with my experience. Me, I'm just saying I don't have any scientific literature. I'm saying that with my experience.
Disappointed Lotto sticker.
This whole thing of people making profession out of predicting. It's just fraud.
No, you can't say that.
I'm not saying they are criminals.
You know what?
It's not fraud.
Let's call the head of National Lottery Authority to settle this matter.
You should see them under the tree. You know Haspark. The Haspark area. Everybody having blackboard. What did they work the thing?
No, the one I know. What be Abin so cool? What does that mean?
Abin like it's cooked.
Abin so cool.
Drop. And the way that they had the thing, Papa. And then when they get to the point where they have to do the prediction for the next week, they say, "Baby, I drone no, baby, I drone no." I'm for be no. Muna mun shamu dianechi. Say, "Oh, pese uye ye a shamu dianechi."
Thank you.
It's the whole fraud.
And then oko dianechi and also if you in buy it's also if you win ba okay win ba okay this how no me yeah man 22 83 67
single two
open me son na say open me you pay this amount open me son you pay this amount and you know the lotto numbers they used to be is it 5 or 6 5. So if you do 2 and then 3, you know the chances of winning more. And then
you pay more.
If you 2 numbers, you pay more.
If you pay extra,
you know. So Charlie, we were students, so we take the 2 numbers. And then
so you mean you didn't even win one?
Oh no, I won some. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that it's just a game of chance.
Okay, no what? Can we move on?
The guys that we won without going to the
let me just read something to you. This is one of the
Sky, you have some literature.
A man who won the lottery 14 times using incredibly basic math.
Literature
in the 1990s, Romanian-Australian economist Stefan Mandel and a small team entered the lottery and won.
Thank you.
Over and over again. The feat, of course, wasn't achieved through having a really lucky set of numbers. That's to underline Simon's expression.
No, I never said anything like
No,
he attributes something to me that he say. A game of chance. No, it's not luck.
Let him finish.
All right. Mandel had a system which he first put to use to win a lottery in Romania, using the money to bribe officials and head first to the European Australia area, blah, blah, blah. He goes on to talk about that thing. Now, the odds of you winning the lottery are pretty low. The chance of you winning the Euro Millions jackpot with one ticket, for instance, is one in, it gives you so many millions of numbers. Yeah. Say you decided to double your chances by purchasing another ticket, you still only have a chance of 2.
This is the math, the mathematics of it.
That's exactly the point I'm making. Now,
No, you haven't made that point ever.
Let him finish it.
Samuel, I made that point.
No.
I made Samuel, I made the yeah, that's right. You will notice though that assuming you can buy more of those combinations eventually, you will reach a point where your odds are, it gives you plenty numbers. Now, instead of a math problem, you have a logistical problem, getting your hands on the number of tickets mentioned without having already won the jackpot. Now, Mandel noticed, according to the hustle, that in certain lotteries, the jackpot price rose to more than 3 times the cost of buying up every single possible combination of lottery. Assuming you could buy every combination of numbers, you were almost guaranteed a return on your investment. Assuming that several regular players don't win the same numbers.
Can I come in?
Yeah.
Let's note that winning the lottery and winning the jackpot are 2 different things.
No, I understand that. But
yes, they are 2 different
What is
things.
the jackpot?
But jackpot is when you win big.
No, that's the ultimate prize.
Yeah, that's right. Winning big.
No, that's the ultimate prize, and
true.
the jackpot is just for one person.
That's true.
No, so no, you are reading something about jackpot.
No, I'm talking about the guy
And
winning
I'm saying that,
14 times.
No, the jackpot. That's why the jackpot, it replicates itself when nobody wins. The jackpot replicates itself at times to exponential values. You understand?
I wanted to even.
So this week nobody wins the jackpot. It goes back and then it adds to next week. So somebody wins. You understand? So that's one.
But let me just ask a question.
Yes.
In some countries, they've used the lottery to develop certain sectors. Maybe
that's what it's all about.
Beyond what we are saying here as to whether you have won or what, I think the bigger question is, what can we use our lottery to do?
That's what we use it for here too as well.
Well, I think the NLA invests in critical sectors of the economy. They provide, water systems for communities. In some cases, they've built schools. They've supplied, educational infrastructure and furniture and all of that for schools. And they've done key intervention in a number of areas. I think, of course, they can do more if we don't have the kind of, if you like, illegal operations in the system.
So how do the banker to banker affect the real lotto? Is it like, what do they do?
So banker to banker is basically operating with the NLA's numbers without registering to actually have the license and the authority.
So how would they pay you if you win?
So
that's why they default.
So that's why they default. So
then that's fraudulent.
It's just like another Ponzi scheme.
So they are not officially.
No. And hoping that the number will not drop.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Because if 100 people take the lotto, right, and all of them, they lose it. What it means is that all them if I'm the head.
So he basically sells lotto knowing that he has no way of paying you when you win.
Exactly.
So that's a crime.
It is under the law. It is.
Which is why NLA is saying that people should register.
Exactly. So you should register so that you are part of the people regulated by the authority.
If you started a lotto, what would you call it?
As a business.
Yeah, like if you register, what would you call it?
Samuel's lotto.
No, you mean official or banker to banker?
No, banker. Like, you're going to register at
call it Citi Lotto.
Yeah, your victory.
No, let's read some comments. There are some very interesting experiences there. I like the argument. So somebody has worked it as a computer scientist, and somebody has worked it in Georgia in a kiosk.
Scientist.
So the thing is very serious. So where the thing has reached. Bernard, I support Sky. It's all addition and subtraction, and they work their things right now. It's not a game of chance. It's about seeing the plan. Don't mention my name. But you added your name. Bernard, even AI can generate winning numbers. It's a game of chance. BB from Tema. Sky is wrong and Stamens is right. If you understand probability, you should know that it's just a game of chance. Nothing more, nothing less. Roland from a Sherman. Why are footballers richer than their coaches? He's talking about Lotto doctor, not rich. He's answering your question. Bernard, Lotto writers don't just write, they perform.
Thank you.
Their handwriting is like a secret code mixed with a bit of artistic flair. Honestly, their handwriting is so stylish. It feels like they are writing love letters to the Lotto. So wait, Lotto, no. Is it by chance or by luck? Bernard, this is the reason I love this to Citi TV. The discussion, no. When from nowhere a discussion is began, and it's always informative. I suppose on this one, you made my money. I laugh, sir. coming from Pokwasi, some men is cracking me up. All he's saying is true. The doctors always give the numbers in secrecy. They will ask where you are coming from and speak your local language. So if you are Krobo, they will speak Krobo. They are fake. You speak anywhere. They are fake. Kofi from Lomnaba. Wow. They are fake. Guys, I don't take lotto, but I've given people lottery numbers based on numerology calculations, and about 7% of the time they win. It's probability, but there are sure ways to increase your chances.
But
thank you, Samuel.
Numerology is not your science you are talking about. That's a different realm.
Okay, it's okay. Speaking of science, I wanted to celebrate the man I interviewed earlier today. Okay. He got 4 A's at A level. Do you know what that means? Do you know what? No. In fact, Samuel, I'll show you something. Somebody sent me the A level results of Presec in 1983. You know. And in 1983, the year that Dowame came to the world, you know, Mama Soya Makwe, Maths A, Chemistry A, Physics A, Victor Aite Bruce, Physics A, Chemistry A, Biology A, John Kakumia, Physics A, Chemistry A, Biology A, GP, I didn't see the result. Then the guy interviewed Kwabena Edubuahin, Maths A, Physics A, Chemistry A, General Paper 2, we got A.
Solid guy.
He not take dash. No wonder he's at Stanford now. He should have been the one telling us whether Lotto can be staked or not. Because he clear all his...
Oh, yeah, he'll be able to say that. And I can say that with degree of certainty.
Charlie, in 1981, only 3 people in Presec got all A's. Powerful. James Raymond Asaka. Yeah. He got A, Physics, Chemistry, Biology. Prosper Nuholo. Maths, Chemistry, Physics, and then Ben Adakwa Jamina, Physics, Biology, Chem. And then 83, there were about 10. 1979, only 1 person got 3 A's. Emmanuel Kwesikwe. It means at the A level, it was hard, Papa. The whole Presec, 1979, only Emmanuel Kwesikwe got Physics, Chemistry, Biology, A. It means that
the 4 A's was actually something that was
rare,
almost impossible.
It was rare generally, but it was something that was, if you like, synonymous to Presec.
Yes, I see a few here now.
Killing it.
Yeah.
But this is early. This is 83 when there was no food in Ghana.
Yeah. I mean, throughout the 80s, you definitely will have a 4 A's from Presec.
Let me mention some of the names just for record. Maybe somebody knows them. Paul Kwesi Cranting, Physics A, Biology A, Chemistry B. Abraham Owusu Domine, Physics A, Chemistry A, Math B. Alex Obriyeboa, Physics A, Chemistry A, Chemistry, Physics and Maths A, Chemistry B. Generally, chemistry is tougher than physics and maths.
Well, it depends on
so generally, the A in maths and A in physics go together.
Generally, doing better in maths gives you an advantage in physics yes. because we had common
projectiles
subjects
like
mechanics. You study it in A-level maths, A-level physics.
Yes.
You know, there are plenty of them. Yeah.
No, I'm giving the names: Chris Yao Okansa, Daniel Kojo Cornelius, Isaac Osei Nyantechi, and John Slipekote.
But what document are you reading?
It holds something for that.
You know, the Presecans have records of all the performances. Yeah. So I'm just...
I can connect to from 84 coming up.
The 84 A-level guys, Derek Dochi Amachi, Physics, Chemistry, Biology, Math A, John Kwesi Finn, 3 A's, Kwabena Apia Sechi, 2 A's and a B, Obing Bequin.
Okay.
Do you know these guys?
86.
No, okay, 86 is not on my pink sheet.
Yeah, so I do 86. My generation.
You went to Form 1 in what year?
80.
Wow.
You went to Form 1 in 1980?
Yeah, long time. 80 to 85.
Charlie, that's serious. 1980, you went to Form 1?
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah.
So, I was born in 81.
1980.
Form 1?
Yeah.
Wow. So you wrote A-level in what year? 86?
87.
That time, Ajete Soa was popular.
Ajete Soa
was
popular in between 83 and 86.
What about Kakdi? You know Kakdi?
I think Ajete Soa, the dancer.
Yeah.
Kakdi, no?
I got to know about him when I was my 12 years old.
No, you knew about him in his past. No, when was Kakdi popular?
Kakdi was in the 80s, the late 80s.
Sky, you know Kakdi? He did walk past. Yeah. And there's some guy called Vincent Esuma wanted to also walk like Kakdi.
Yeah, he did, actually did.
Kakdi. Okay. So you did A-level in 87?
Yeah, I did 87, yes. 87.
That's serious. Laboni.
Laboni Secondary
Walk Bay, like Bay.
Yeah.
Were you a discipline to a border?
No, all sixth formers were, most sixth formers were borders.
Oh, Labon is a proper school. Great Labon school.
So the 4 years there was all coming from Presec. But we should also, I people hear of Keta Secondary School doing marvelously in NSMQ and they say, oh, but Keta Secondary
They've always been good, eh?
They've always been good.
They've always been good.
They've always been good. Sparko, that's St. Paul's, yeah? All these schools in the Volta region, which were not, if you like, in the limelight, they targeted Presec sixth form.
That's why you see the names I was mentioning.
They targeted and they come and Charlie, they have come to study.
They will take over, Charlie. And they grow
There's a certain Podo here.
One of them.
And the other funny thing was that a lot of them were from
he
Kwaboche.
studied and blew the thing. Now the unit of measure for studies
became his name.
When they say that I'm going to Stroff, you know what it means.
that 83 group
That's
was
Dr. Stroff.
that 83 group, the 10 guys, no, about 4 were from Infanzipim that year. The 4 were from Infanzipim. So the thing the Indians came to do in the school made the school attractive as a sixth form science. So government policy is important. So a lot of people wonder why Presec does well. It's also because
people sending me all these things.
So this is what the government did. The government decided to create sixth form science colleges.
Sixth form science colleges.
Yes. So some of the best science students from all other schools will go to sixth form in Presec.
Right.
So that's what gave the school its science reputation and then its science quality.
Okay.
So it was a government policy because in those days, when you go to Form 5, you're okay. And sixth form was not for everybody. Right? If you go to sixth form, means you are really, really good. And A-level was very, very tough. You know? So to have, and this is just to go back to the interview I had with the guy.
Yeah.
He the caliber of education he had even in France before he came, he actually invented a whole harvesting machine in Form 3. I'm telling you.
Wow.
So what he's doing now, and let me just say one, if you listen to the interview, he's basically saying that big computing power demands a lot of electrical power. And he's trying to reduce the amount of power you use to still maintain the level of computing excellence. So basically mimicking the human brain. And he's been working on it for...
He's light years ahead of Africa.
The guy is too much. Quiet guy.
I mean, when I saw his hairstyle, I knew that this man is in another one.
I think he leave the hair like
He did like Isaac Newton. No, but see, Bernard, you asked him a question, and for me, that was the highest point of the interview. You asked how he was able to connect into Johns Hopkins from KNUST.
Yes.
And it was seamless.
Yes.
From his answer.
Yes. But he also said, one of the things that frustrated him about KNUST was that when they asked him, I think it was in the second part, when he's supposed to do this, he was doing computer science. So he's supposed to
electrical engineering.
Yeah, he was supposed to do a circuit or something. He would draw it on paper and then he would basically show it theoretically.
Yeah.
He said when he went to the US, so he was talking about the need for us to equip our science. He said the thing is actually there for you to use physically.
Let me explain.
You don't have to draw it.
Let me explain that.
Yes,
you see, we saw it as a lack in Africa, but the white person saw it as a combination of theory and practice.
Right.
Because the technician approach will require that you know how to draw it.
Yes.
You understand?
I understand
the
that.
engineering approach would require that you work it and make it useful as a solution.
Yeah.
But so it was a combination of technicians.
But his point was that if he hadn't gotten to go to Johns Hopkins, he would not have had the chance to try his hands, because his argument is that learning happens when you do things.
Yeah.
So he says people come to him and say, I've gotten A in physics. I know definitions. I know how to calculate and derive things. He says, well, for me, science is not about that. Build a circuit board. Build it organically. So his point is that we have to change the way we educate from just understanding the theory to like the way he used to work it, the lotto. So like practical working. So he says when his students come to his class, he is interested in what they can create. Because he says for a child from 0 to age 2, they are very gifted because they are trying to break and open things. That's how learning takes place.
Isn't that what the STEM?
That's where I'm going. So I'm going to say that this guy's approach, if we listen to him, and of course he is not in Ghana, but he's saying that the best way for us to compete is not to just focus on exam results. I'm saying this because when I meet teachers, a lot of schools are concerned that my school, 98%, they got their A's. they train students to pass exams. And this guy is saying that you don't learn exam, you can pass exams, but if you want to use science to change the world, you must train students to solve problems. And passing exam and solving problems is not the same thing.
Yeah.
You understand? You can pass an exam and still know how to apply the knowledge to solve your problem. And he's saying that in the 80s, it was an agricultural revolution. So he created this planter and harvester, right? The question is, are we inculcating those things in our education now so that our students can also solve problems with the knowledge they gain? Part 2 of the interview continues next week, and so we'll see how it turns out.
Let me just say, though, that there was something interesting he said during the interview, where he spoke about how he received an equipment, I think was supposed to be some form of computer,
and he took it apart.
In homes that are poor, when kids do those things, they beat them to pulp. You understand?
His father used to call him Kunka. Say they destroy everything.
Yeah, but again, that is not computer science. That's electrical engineering.
Yeah.
We need to put that on record. Right. And which is his foremost foray into electrical engineering gave him an open scientific view of the whole space of electrical and
but he merges the two now.
No, they are together.
He merges the two.
They are together.
Yes.
They are together.
The point I'm trying to make is that you see, when you find that in a home that is struggling to afford a television set,
the beatings that will occur,
beatings that you receive.
No, but you have to beat the person.
That is also part of the learning curve.
That is to destroy that thing.
Yeah, that's right.
You, the way you adore your phone. If your daughter picks up the phone and crashes you, the airway proverb that you are going to unleash on your daughter.
Let's take it easy on that.
So let me just end by saying that the problem is trying to solve is the problem that computer engineering is facing today. Data centers require a lot of electrical power
and to do computation.
And his point is that we should follow nature. He says, look, the human brain produces more knowledge and uses very little power. So computers should mimic the human brain more. That's basically his research. So there's for biology even there, right? He's saying that the neurons he wants to produce in the circuit board should be much faster, but use less power. Because, Kai, you know a bit about this computer science thing. The kind of power you need
to actually carry out
it's going to be very tough. Even somebody was talking about Bitcoin and the amount of energy you need to do the mining. So if Kwabena Boahin succeeds, it will be such a revolutionary change in the way computing works. Right? Because you can do so much more and be so energy efficient, which is why Stanford is persisting with him on this project. And he's been at it for at least 8 years.
Wow.
A Ghanaian, my happiness is that a Ghanaian, he went to school here. Infantipim School, Form 1 to 5, Presec, Lower and Upper. Went to Tech for a couple of years before he moved. So we used to have quality. We should go back to that quality. We used to have quality where, and this guy, he's training guys from India, from China, from Japan. His class, the kind of people he's working with. These are the top level people in the field.
We still do have quality. Only we have not expanded it with the growth in the numbers, access to secondary education. But we still do have quality. And I say this, nothing scientific, but just on the basis of what I see with National Science and Maths Quiz, that we have seen some really, really brilliant students.
No, my only qualification I would say is that we need to train them in a different way. They are good with what they do. They are brainy. They are very intelligent. But the problem an engineer has to solve today requires a different emphasis. So I'll give you an example. So if you take, I don't like doing this, but if you take an Ashesi or academic Citi engineering student, because of the class size and the access to labs,
practical approach.
So the tech guy is sharp. The tech guy is conk. Okay, but because the class is big, the approach the lecturer will use, he will not try his hands on many things. But if you go to the academic Citi or HSC, because the class size is small and the equipment are there, in addition to being conk, using the word conk, he will have more things to try his hands on and more projects to do. which may make him a more resourceful engineer when he's done. So my point is that we need to find a way, the Lagos and the techs of this world, we need to find a way of equipping them so that, because the students are good, the masters, the lecturers are good, but the practicality of training 300 students in an engineering class, you need that personal touch.
You see, that is
to give him that quality that he will make him solve a problem like Kwabna is solving. So if Kwabna had continued in tech, he's still a brilliant guy. He may not have had the resources and the tools to try his hands on this type of research. That's all. That's what I'm trying to say.
That vacuum has to be supplied by industry. So if you are learning, for instance, we were talking about welding yesterday, the schools, because of the resource constraints that we have, and because we are not prioritizing how we use our scarce resources, don't have the labs necessary, the welding machines necessary to do their job. So what you have to do then is to go to teacher or Master Kofi, who is by the wayside, or some industrial complex where they do these things. And students have to realize that they themselves also have to take the initiative to invest in themselves by saying that, oh, I am on break. I am not doing much now. Let me walk into an industrial complex and say, let me volunteer and do three months because I'm going to be home for 3 months. So you have practical internship that helps your upbringing as a student and what you learn. Now, a lot of the people, sometimes they just don't care about it. So they assume that school is over, so let me go and
But Sky, the schools have to make it a point to get industry to supply that thing.
I agree.
The students on their own will struggle. So I think that a university should be able to say, we have 5 or 6 companies who have agreements with us for industrial attachment, where as part of the guy's course in computer engineering or whatever, he goes to actually intern there, and then he is assessed as part of the work he does. I think the institution needs to focus on that. And you know, our universities are evolving where now they have become a bit more financially autonomous. People are fee paying. The universities, beyond using school fees as the main harvester, should also see where their products go to. Because when I went to do my MBA, one of the things they did was that they gave us links to industry. And they add your success in that interview to their portfolio. So they say Richard Sky came from Ghana as a trained economist. He finished, he went to do McKinsey, and now he's working here. So your success in McKinsey is important to them. I think a lot of our universities in Ghana don't have the space and the time to do that because they are overstretched with managing accommodation, hostels, government has not paid, those things. But a university's major selling point is that the guys research and placement in terms of the progress of their products. So if Sky comes in and is going to McKinsey to do this project, he is the reason somebody wants to come to the university. All right. So this industrial attachment thing, I think, is the next level for universities. All right. And they have to find resources to push their students into those things because our students cannot compete if all they know is theory. We have the brains. There's no doubt about that. But the knowledge is not just brains. It's also experience on the job.
Practical deployment.
I always tell people one of the reasons I was able to do this job well, for 4 years, I had practical on-hands experience in a radio station while I was learning. So I didn't go to GIJ to learn what is journalism. But I had 4 years of writing stories, covering news. Do you understand? So when I came, I was ready-made. I was still trained. And by the way, even though I came ready-made, I can say the first 4 years of my life I was still under training. Because doing it for a non-for-profit campus station.
Different focus.
All right. So imagine, it took 8 years. 4 years of me doing that as a student. 4 years of me working under all these guys to get the confidence to now sit on air with authority. And this is media. Think about engineering. Think about medicine. So for university, and I had 4 years of on-the-hands training. So somebody can get first class in chemical. If you put him at Unilever, he may need another 3 or 4 years to even start understanding
how the things work in the
And the university can make that shorter by saying to Unilever that come in and work with our students in the second or third year. The new universities are doing that because they are smaller. They have a more industry focus. But a lot of our children will not go there because not everybody can afford. So the techs, the Lagos, the UCCs must use their leverage to push. You were at Legon 2 days ago to do where UG did. I think institutional partnerships unit of Legon and Tech, they must get more. They must go deeper in this. You know, they must go deeper into this area.
That's very true. The other point I want to make this time to parents and their children is that I recognize that there are very successful entrepreneurs and businesses, whether it's in engineering and all that, and most often the children don't seem to be interested in learning after the trade of their parents. It may not even be in successful corporate enterprises, but perhaps your parents make bread or they make local soap.
You don't want to do it.
Today, there's a lot of value for our local soaps that we do with cocoa husk and all those things. You have the advantage of going to the business school or studying science and all of that. If you spend time with your parents and learn the craft, you will know that you can add all the education you are getting and the exposure you're getting to make it better. And then you add value to what's already existing. You know, because what I observed, we went to a funeral home in East London, and the man told us it's a family business, 6 generations. Everyone knows how to make a coffin. You can do everything in that line, but before you're a manager in the company, you will learn the craft of making woodwork. Basically,
I'll tell you something. Do you know that in Fantifim School for many years they had a technical side? So Infantive science students were they also had the technical. They were one of the few secondary schools that had that. I actually thought that was a very good model. Where now we've separated technical schools from normal schools. But Kwabuche guys had mates in class who were doing both. I think that's something we should consider, because you see, we have problems we can only solve ourselves.
That's true.
Because the engineering they are doing in MIT and things, they are not necessarily thinking about you. We have our problems that we have to solve.
Now. The STEM is doing it. Just that we don't have resources to scale it up the way
it's more piloted. It's now being piloted.
No, I mean they've gone into the real thing of selecting a large number of schools, which is integrating technicianship into academic theory.
Oh, so you're talking secondary school now?
Yes, secondary school.
I'm talking university.
I think that's where people build their, you know, because all these people you are celebrated is their secondary school results you are talking about.
But also somebody was pointing out that they had fewer courses to deal with
back then.
No, fewer courses is not. You can't. It doesn't sacrifice the volume of material you have to deal with. You know, so you're doing 3 courses, not even 4, 3 courses. So physics, physics, mathematics, chemistry, or physics, biology, chemistry. You either did chemistry, you either did maths or biology. Okay, you couldn't do the 2 in one sitting. So, but the volume of work that you have to do for physics alone,
it's not.
Or if our biology there,
there's a question for you, Samens. This is from the president of NAGRAT.
Okay,
Bernard, ask Samens what was the outcome of his weekend maths program at Swesco last year. Did it improve the maths performance?
It did. It actually did.
So talk about it.
No, I mean we could talk about that. So that we can use it as a model. It actually moved the pass rate for the
upper tier.
The upper tier. The upper tier. It actually increased it by some 12%.
12%. Wow, that's significant.
By some 12%.
And this was what? Weekend extra sessions, just mathematics. Elective or core?
Both.
For all students,
for all
who were interested.
Final year students. It was
final year.
Wow.
And who were the guys doing? Who were the guys doing the training?
The people who were doing the teaching were old Swesco students who were mathematics teachers in other schools.
Wow. Are you serious?
Yes. So from Achimota School, from Adisco, from Augustine's, from
So weekend extra maths.
Yes, weekend
to
from
improve
6 a.m.
What was the problem with maths you were trying to solve?
Our mathematics score was going down. The results was going down.
That's not good.
That wasn't like Swesco.
So you wanted to use it to, and you started seeing the.
No, we saw that.
So you are going to continue it.
We will continue this year. Yes. Last year we couldn't do it, but that was the year before into last year.
Wow.
So
special
mathematics. Yes.
To help them prepare for
all the volunteer teachers are old students of Swesco who were mathematics teachers, and some of them from the universities.
Let's read some comments. Yeah. This is across board. Caleb, these are nice comments. Yeah?
Very, very interesting one. So, Senna from Medina says, Bernard, I think Legon is doing something you're talking about with Toyota now at their mechanical engineering class. That is true.
Correct.
Samens has hit the nail right on the head. There was one gentleman from Keta. He had a lot of disciples in Presec 84. He has a Godfrey in his name.
I'll check it for you.
Hi, Bernard. This is Irish. If the Kwabena Dubois you mentioned is the same one I'm thinking of, he must be the son of Professor Dubois.
Yes, he is.
Brother of Charles Dubois.
Yes.
He attended University Primary School, did common entrance subjects, verbal aptitude, quantitative aptitude, English language and math, and then secondary school to do O-level, which we now call Cambridge system, and very expensive, and only for the privileged few, unfortunately. Now we are not even sure what we are teaching our children. Okay, more messages.
So the A-level system there, it's only private schools that do it now.
I think that the lady was trying to make a point with the common entrance subjects.
Go through it again.
Yes.
Verbal aptitude, quantitative
you did verbal aptitude, quantitative aptitude, English
and math.
So these were the 4 subjects you did
verbal
for
common entrance into the O-level system.
No, into the secondary school,
which will give you the O-level
Form
system.
1. Yes. And our year of 1980, the guy with the top, the guy topped the whole Ghana. That is Dr. Richard Adanu.
Who is that?
He's at the physicians and surgeons, the boss there.
Wow. He topped the whole Ghana.
The whole Ghana. Wow. He had 310 or something.
I remember. It's over what?
Over 400.
Hey, that thing hard small. 300 over 400.
Yes. Hey. Dr. James Annan. He's in the UK. He was in Kufuria. He got 306. I remember all those things. I met Richard Adanu last year when we went to the doctors' conference in the UK.
That's right.
He didn't know I knew. I said, but you topped that common entrance.
But the question is, what did you get?
That is the question.
What did you get?
But in my school, the person who topped was the Clocksack president. Bampuado.
Wow.
We're talking about primary school.
Oh, primary school. So
common entrance.
Is this New Hope?
Yes. Isaac Bampuado. He had 306.
Hey, the guy did from.
So it was a way.
So the guy will stand solid. No,
who goes into
guy.
That's what
solidarity. Yes.
Solidarity way you do it. Solidarity forever.
That guy is not cheap. Only man say, you know.
It takes solidarity to take what
more comments are coming in. Yeah, okay.
More messages. Bernard, visit GSTS. We have a technical side with a proper workshop. Ato, that's a good one. The universities also have in their curriculum industrial attachment, but sometimes in certain fields, especially in engineering, we have limited industries, and some industries in Ghana don't even want to accept students for attachment, so it limits our students' exposure to the real world issues. Bernard, good morning. I agree 100%. Likewise, Agric. Let's give Agric students lands to cultivate selected food crops. This would form about 70 to 80% of their project work. Give them some incentives along the way. Assign them to professional farmers who would guide them.
I wonder whether the school farms still work. You know me, I used to say when I was in Presec, the eggs we used to eat were produced on a school farm. Our Greek science students were actually practical on the school farm, in addition to being in class.
Yeah.
So the school farm had some things they were planting, but I knew the poultry farm was very good.
Yeah.
And all the eggs we were eating were from the school farm. I don't know if they still do that today. So it's something that should be.
So let's go. We are doing fish farming now.
That the students can eat?
Yes.
How big is your farm?
That's the question.
That's the question.
Oh my word!
Every question. What else you plant in that farm?
Oh, we last year.
You have a big land though.
Yeah, we did pepper.
Is a very
we did pepper and okra. We did pepper and okra.
You do body and plantain too.
That takes long, but we'll do it.
Plantain can grow everywhere almost.
So I actually tried the Ghana Atomic Energy plantain
variant.
Yeah,
you have a new variant.
Yes,
and it's huge.
It grows faster.
Charlie, it's serious.
I hope it's not GMO.
Oh no! It's their own whatever.
And
I bought
faster.
about 400 suckers.
Wow.
And amazing.
So this is for normal.
This is Ghana. I bought this is Ghana.
This is planted it where?
This is
I
normal
planted
plantain.
it in the eastern region in Prankese.
Okay. So this is not a pim. This is not a pim. This is normal.
No. This is Apentu.
Apentu. The one for
the one in the song. Antu wenchire tinko. Antu wenchire. Prankese body. Yendine kwa. And if you keep on, listen, Papa, you crashing you.
But let me ask a question. Though. If you look at the size of the school and the budget for feeding, is it realistic to think that these farms can
meet their
even
demand?
subsidize up to half?
It's possible, I think.
It depends on the type of agricultural practice. You know, we have available to us 7 acres, which we can extend to 12 acres in the next year. Okay. If you go, you need to make a choice.
You need to decide what kind of thing you want to plant.
Yes.
And what it will subsidize.
Exactly. If you are doing the kind of plantain that I am talking about, it can really feed the children for some time.
The plantain?
Yes. Because this is the kind of plantain that you can have like
a bunch with how many pieces?
One tree can do like up to 10 times.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's serious.
Yes.
So
you
then,
can call a Ghana Atomic Energy.
So you can have about 10 bunches.
Yes.
From a tree.
Yes.
So if you have 100 trees, that's a lot of plantain.
If you do it well, yes.
And you support the trees.
And you support the trees well, yes.
So plantain seems sensible because it grows a lot.
Yes.
Maize and things will take too much land.
Maize again. Maize. There are varieties that will have better yields. So one maize tree can produce so much if you do it.
Do you guys have a poultry farm?
Not yet.
Well, I would have thought that a poultry farm
is very difficult to run. It's very difficult.
It's high. You can't take your eye off it.
Yes.
We used to run poultry.
So that's when you were rather going for the fish farm.
Yeah.
Because the fish
actually the fish farm is the Parents Association doing it.
Okay. What kind of fish is it? Tilapia? Or?
Tilapia, definitely tilapia.
Because I see something there because your school has a lot of land and it looks like a fertile land. When we went to the school,
people have encroached their things, so now.
But wallet.
So that is do matter.
But you are a big man.
Oh, where are bigness? I'm sitting with big men. I say me I'm big. Why you accusing me that I'm a big man?
Even we have walled. Presec has been walled now.
Oh, are you saying that even Presec?
Yeah, because we also have big land.
Don't forget that I am on Presec 85. You have to on the platform. Unless they don't say that we need something in Presec. Once they put it there, in 24 hours, they can raise 100,000.
Thank you. The question is,
but where I'm coming from, in 1 year, even 100,000, even 10,000, we are not starting.
You need to wall the school because the encroachment problem is a big problem for secondary schools.
We are doing it. So
because you need more bungalows in that school.
The what do you call it? The North America chapter. Has started the project to wall the whole school. So that's
because you see,
because
the students are many, supervision suffers if lecturers don't stay on campus. If you have land, one of the things you need to do is to start building bungalows for your teachers. So school has almost 5,000 students. I don't even think they have 30 teachers on campus.
Well, that's a big problem.
So you need to find ways of building bungalows for this. It's a very serious problem. Secondary schools can change the country if we take our time and do it well. So when I listen to the things you are doing at Suesco and things, I'm encouraged. And I want to urge all students to come and support because that's the only way to do it.
Well,
the sentimentality of your old school should give you the drive to come and support it so we can all help.
Honorable members will take a break.
I need this one.
Abusku.
Yes.
It says,
hi, Bernard.
I'm Zaid, a mathematics lecturer from UMAT. I got my PhD in mathematics at age 25, and I would love to help Samens with this initiative at Suesco. despite being an old Abusco student.
Pick his number. I need his number.
Pick his number.
Please, no other. Please give me the number privately because you people, you are what? Before Sky takes it to 3 times.
No, it's on the card.
You know, Sky also has a teaching program.
Wow.
Yeah, he has a teaching program.
We have to help us.
It's important. We have to help. Yeah, Charlie, I beg, before you go on the break, let me just do this one quickly. Say happy first birthday to my precious son, Ethan Delasi Fuli Akapo. You've brought so much joy and love into our lives. Here's to many more milestones and beautiful memories. Love you endlessly. It's coming in from Eben of Chase.
All right.
Thank you. So, on that note, honorable members, we'll take a quick break. When we get back from recess, we'll continue sitting.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Big is better. Broom is best. Happy moment starts with Broom. Buy one and get one free. It is Broom. Up to 25% discount. Buy an LED TV and get another TV for free. Buy an air conditioner and get a ceiling fan for free. Simply ask of Broom. There is more for everyone in Ghana. Free gifts and more on Broom freezers, refrigerators, and many more. Rush to your nearest Broom dealer or 0800-100-247. Broom leaves you with a smile.
Shut! 7th December on the ballot paper. Just look for the umbrella. The umbrella. Mahama and the umbrella.
24-hour economy. December 7th. I can't wait. I can't wait.
As for me, I will turn printer till I get to number 8. Hey, landlord, never make that mistake. Oh, someone, when they give you the ballot paper, what you are looking for is the umbrella. You will see Mama's picture on the left side of the chinye. Now look for the box right next to the academia and thumb print in that box alone. So, after thumb printing only in the box next to the umbrella, what do I do next? Simple. Make sure you wipe your thumb clean before you fold the ballot paper,
so you don't stain it and have it rejected.
Exactly. But in case you spoiled your ballot paper, feel free to go for another one. You want to engulf me in catastrophic quagmire? Do you know how long I have been voting? But for my vote, Nkrumah would have lost the 1960 elections. Hey, sir, and you've never heard that you can ask for a new ballot sheet if you make a mistake? Never. And then what? The law allows that. In fact, the aged, sick, or disabled, and even those who can't see well can go with a trusted person 18 years and above to help them to vote right. That's all.
Really?
Irrefutably simple. Thank you for this enlightenment. Remember to vote right for John Mahama. Thumb print in the box. Right next to the
Vote right for John Mahama.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Wow. Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you hoping to start university this January? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and up to 50% scholarship to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless possibilities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. Admissions are currently open for our January 2025 intake. Apply now for our foundation program. For more information, contact us at +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Lancaster University Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
In Natureland's Black Friday and Xmas Bonanza, Christmas came early. Black Friday is here with amazing offers you won't believe. Get a Samsung 32-inch LED Smart TV for just 3,299 Ghana cedis. Cool down with the Samsung AC starting at 6,499 Ghana cedis plus a free blender. Need a fridge? Grab a TCL top mount for only 3,299 Ghana cedis and get a free deep fryer. The media top load washing machine is just 2,499 Ghana cedis plus a free 5-gas burner. Enjoy Netflix in style with the NASCO 50-inch Smart TV for only 4,999 Ghana cedis and get a free NASCO karaoke speaker. Rush to any Electroland showroom or dealer store across Ghana for huge discounts and free gifts. And don't miss the Achedie Kesier promo. Win double every week and monthly. Electroland, your home for affordable electronics and appliances.
Mommy, I can't believe I swallowed the lies the MPP told us about John Mahama.
My dear, as for those people, they have been telling lies since Kwame Nkrumah's time. They accuse Kwame Nkrumah of wasting money on the Akosombo Dam.
Hey! Mama, the MPP told Ghanaians that John Mahama owns hotels and ships in Dubai. Yet, they have been in power for 8 painful years and haven't been able to prove any of those lies. I'm not surprised though that John Mahama is still working a free man.
Kuma. Even the journalists who were used to peddle these lies have come to apologize. Yet, these MPP people are still telling these same lies in 2024.
Hey.
What a bunch of wicked liars.
You know, their own special prosecutor has come to clear John Mahama of the Airbus scandal, just like Shraj cleared him of the Ford bride lie. John Mahama is squeaky clean.
Now we know the truth, and the truth has set us free. Surely, as the Lord liveth, this time lies will not win.
No way.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Accra goes to the opera. Join Lumina for an unforgettable night at Accra Goes to the Opera. Experience a journey through the captivating world of operatic sounds, featuring stunning performances of classic opera pieces intertwined with beautiful Afro music. This is more than just a concert. It's an opportunity to immerse yourself in the elegance and artistry of opera. Also performing all the way from South Africa, Tieho and Dorothy. Date, Sunday, November 24th at 6 p.m. prompt. Venue, Christ Temple East. Grab a ticket for yourself and your loved ones by dialing *844 *315# or visit the inquiry desk in the lobby. To RSVP, call +233 248 423 721. Share in this remarkable musical night. Accra Goes to the Opera with Lumina.
grandson. Now, wow, to be a husband. We're coming to have a conversation shortly on gender-based violence in Ghana. There is support, there is help for you. So that conversation is coming up shortly. We have friends from WAPCAS, Legal Aid Commission, and Domestic Violence Secretariat. That conversation is coming up shortly. But if you need to service your car, call Auto Parts Wholesale. They have factory service products like engine oils, coolants, transmission oils, batteries, and brake parts to keep your car on the road for many years to come. You can locate us at Ashale School Junction, Spintex Road, North Kaneshi, Hacho. Please call 020-484-2247, 057-110-0233. And if you're looking for reliable, uninterrupted electricity supply, Deep Solar Ghana has you covered. 58,000 Ghana cedis is all you need, and you're going fully solar. Peace of mind guaranteed, savings plenty. Call this number 059-549-4113. Visit deepsolarghana.com. Remember, your energy independence begins when you call Deep Solar. And listen, those moments where you need pure comfort after a long day. Nobody understands comfort like Latest Foam. We produce a wide range of meticulously crafted mattresses that are carefully engineered to provide optimal spinal alignment, pressure relief, temperature regulation, ensuring you restful sleep every night. So visit us. We have sofas that are pure luxury, recliners that are heaven. Each piece transforms your space into the retreat you deserve. Visit our showroom today. Latest Foam is your ultimate furniture destination. Call this number +233 231 15562. +233. Are you doing +233? 030. Let me just do your +233 for you. So +233 231 15562. Connect with us via our socials, www.latestfoamghana.com. Latest Foam is your perfect comfort, and it's awaiting you. Let me welcome into the studio Edmond Amakwe Foley. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Caleb.
You are the Director, Legal Aid Commission. Happy to have you in the studio.
Thank you.
Esquire is in the building. Mamiya JC Ado.
Good morning, Caleb.
Lawyer, good morning. You are the Senior Technical Advisor, Human Rights, Legal and Ethics, WAPCAS. Good to have you. And then Yvonne Edudako, please get closer to your microphone. You are Program Officer, Domestic Violence Secretariat.
Good morning, Caleb.
You are all very much welcome.
Thank you.
Great. So let's talk about WAPCAS for starters, right? Where in Ghana are your interventions being implemented? What do you seek to achieve? What is WAPCAS? And when we talk about gender-based violence, for those who don't know, help us appreciate this.
Okay, thank you so much, Caleb, and good morning to your listeners as well. So WAPCAS stands for the Ghana West Africa Program to Combat AIDS and STI. We are a civil society organization, not for profit.
Okay.
That has been working, providing public health interventions for vulnerable populations for the past 28 years.
Wow.
Yes, we've been offering sexual and reproductive health services, HIV, STI, social services, and also human rights interventions for vulnerable populations. Our work is part of the national HIV response.
Right.
So we work with stakeholders nationally, like the National AIDS Control Program, Ghana AIDS Commission, all the various stakeholders, and also other civil society organizations. Currently, we have sub-recipients like Hope for Future Generations, Maritime, ProLink Foundation, West Africa AIDS Foundation, and CPEG that we are working with. And we are receiving funding from the Global Fund under the GC7 project to provide these interventions. In terms of gender-based violence, how this ties in is that we realized through our human rights intervention that there are some barriers that affect access to health care for people.
Right.
And some of these are stigma and discrimination and gender-based violence. Gender-based violence, especially because it has a tendency of increasing the spread of HIV for several reasons. I'm sure we'll go more into that. So this is why we're very interested in gender-based violence. And also this year, from the 25th of November to 10th of December, this is done internationally.
Okay.
We mark the 16 days of activism for the elimination of gender-based violence.
Right.
So this campaign that we're doing is part of those 16 days. We are creating awareness for gender-based
With
violence.
all the implementing partners you have and the number of days, the amount of time you are focusing on this, gender-based violence must be a serious issue. Are there some statistics? Why are you choosing that? Of all the issues you could have focused on, why gender-based violence? Why is it a concern for which you are pressing?
Okay, so in terms of what gender-based violence, it's any act that is perpetrated against a person's will or that is harmfully done to someone because of the person's gender.
Right.
So either because I'm a woman or because I'm a man, I'm being treated a certain way.
Okay.
And this is something that we realize in terms of HIV, it can really lead to the spread. So for instance, if my culture says that as a woman, I have to submit to my husband, so I'm not allowed an equal say in the household. But I realize that my husband is having multiple sexual partners and not having safe sex.
Okay.
And comes back to me. I don't have a voice to say, no, you have to use protection, or no, you have to abstain or stick to just me as your partner. So he can go and get the disease and bring it to me. Because if I try to say, no, this is not right, you need to stop, you know that the violence follows.
Okay.
Or another example can also be where as a woman, you find yourself inclined towards a relationship where there's rape or defilement. That's physical violence. And that person that is perpetrating that physical violence will not think about safe sex practices. They just want to have their way, and that can also lead to spread of HIV.
Do we have any statistics on the incidence of gender-based violence that we can share? Anyone?
Yes. Okay, so currently 1 out of 3 women are suffering from all the 4 forms of violence.
1 out of 3?
Yes,
and there are
in the
4
world.
forms.
Yes.
Teach me.
So when it comes to domestic violence secretariat, I would like to throw more light on it before I get to the statistics. So in 2007, the government of Ghana passed the Domestic Violence Act, 2007 Act 732, that seeks to establish the Domestic Violence Secretariat under the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. And the aim of the Domestic Violence Secretariat to ensure that gender-based violence is stopped or reduced to its lowest form.
Right.
Yes. So when it comes to Domestic Violence Secretariat, our activities are different from that of the Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit under the Ghana Police Service.
Right.
The DOFSU, or WAJU that people used to know, is now DOFSU. And their main aim is to prosecute the perpetrators and also help survivors of sexual and gender-based violence.
Right.
But when it comes to the Domestic Violence Secretariat, we are to ensure that domestic violence is prevented.
So you are doing the preventive.
Yes.
While
and,
others are doing justice and
yes, we are establishing and formulating all the laws to prevent domestic violence in Ghana. So as I said, 1 out of 3 women in the world are suffering from domestic violence. But when it comes to Ghana, we have 27.7% of Ghanaian women suffering from physical violence, sexual violence, emotional, verbal or psychological violence, and economic violence. Yes, please.
So there's physical, verbal, emotional, economic violence. That's
yes, and economic violence as well.
And 27.7%.
Yes, please.
Oh, that's very disturbing. Let's come to the substantive issue. Still on the gender-based violence, right? And I want you to throw some more light for those who are. People can get so used to things that they don't even notice that they are perpetrating it as a result of their upbringing, their home, their culture, what they've been used to. So I'll start with you, Yvonne, so you throw a bit more light on that, and I come to Edmond, so you tell me more about the different forms. When you talk about, verbal, emotional, what contributes, what comes together to make that gender-based violence? And is it more women that are victims? Are men also victims? So I'll come to Edmond for that, but just throw a bit more light on GBV for me.
Okay, so when it comes to SGBV, that's the gender-based violence or sexual and gender-based violence or domestic violence per the Act. we have different forms or causes of that.
Right.
And when we come to our Ghanaian setting, we have our harmful traditional practices. We are not saying the traditional practices, all of them are harmful, but we have some harmful ones like FGBV, where the clitoris of the young lady or a lady is cut off and all that. We also have the patriarchy system in that we have, where the men are seen to be dominant over the women. So because of that, as a man, you are supposed to portray this character in the home or at wherever you find yourself. Those are some minor causes of gender-based violence. We also, when it comes to economic, we have poverty, where some people are so poor to the extent that they succumb to all the abuses that they get from their
And I cannot seek
perpetrators.
help also because their perpetrators are probably their benefactors as well.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Edmund, let's talk about this from another angle also. Do men also suffer, gender-based violence? Is it
Yes, men do also suffer gender-based violence, and the tendency is for them particularly not to say anything when they go through it. At the Legal Aid Commission, we receive a raft of different cases. Excuse me for my voice. A raft of different cases where some men, for instance, would come and tell of very painful experiences of, say, verbal abuse, and emotional abuse. So just also to help the public, you consistently berate someone, insult the person, gaslight them, make them feel they are not worth human beings. And this is a good example of the emotional and the verbal abuse, now where you actually say words.
Yeah.
They also report instances where, for instance, they live in constant fear of being hit. Many men, and of course women also who predominantly suffer this, would feel that once I do the wrong thing or once I do something he or she doesn't like, they would threaten me with actually hitting me. And so you get that, put them in constant intimidation and fear. Of course, those who depend also on a spouse for their sustenance, so deny them money to be able to feed themselves. We had a case at the Legal Aid Commission. A woman spoke of being so hungry that she actually felt pain in her tummy, rummaged through her partner's pockets, found money, went to cook with the money. He even ate some of the food when he came home. When he later discovered that he couldn't find the money, he says, he beat me so much that I didn't even think I was human. So that is also what we find. Then, of course, the physical violence, where now you are using your fists, your hands, or any implement to harm another person. So just for the public to know, if you're doing any of these things, you risk going to jail. It's criminal in Ghana, yes. Wow. It's criminal.
Counsel, it is.
It is, yeah.
No, for the emotional and verbal abuse, for example, at what point do you say that, okay, I'm being emotionally or verbally abused? At what point do you also notice that you're probably verbally abusing someone? Because some things could be passing off as jest, but could be undermining or emotionally traumatizing whoever you're dealing with. So where do you draw the line?
So it's something that it could be happening consistently. And also, let's say something like sexual harassment. You're saying something all the time. The person is saying, I don't like this, but you continue to do it. It becomes criminal under our laws. And it's something that you can seek legal action against the person for. So yeah, there are remedies for some of these.
I'll come to the remedies. I just want the rest of you to also give me a bit of a touch on at what point that emotional verbal abuse can be established.
Okay, so when it comes to the law states that domestic violence, the first instance, is a crime.
Okay.
Yes. So if you see someone passing by and you touch the person sexually, or maybe you make funny comments about someone, it's an emotional abuse.
Right.
Yes. So let's say a sexual misconduct, let's say defilement, rape. The first instance, that is, even if you threaten someone.
I mean, those are very obvious.
Yes.
Right? I'm talking about the subtle ones that people take for granted, but that could count for same.
So in our culture, for instance, you see, and it's something in the workplace. A guy goes and then holds a female colleague from behind. You know, you, my wife. You've crossed the line.
Calling someone's child your wife.
Yes.
Someone who is young enough to be your daughter.
Exactly. That you've crossed the line.
Right.
Then you've entered that realm of sexual harassment, which is also considered a form of violence, or constantly putting the person under this pressure that I would like to take you to bed. You know, if I get
when
you,
when
I get you, you know that. Yes,
right.
Caleb. That when I get you,
because you hear that often when you're walking on the streets.
Yes, I mean, there was. It's not funny, but a group of young men were saying, you know, I will chop you this Christmas. And so explain to me what that means. You know, asking young ladies, I go chop you Christmas. In our exactly. So what does that mean? Yes, all of those are crossing the line.
So using ambiguous sentences and phrases and
inappropriate
manner.
touching, of a person's body parts that would otherwise suggest that you are having some sexual inclinations towards them.
I feel there are times we're running out of time, but are there not times that relations of the victims even contribute towards this?
Yes.
Is there a way that
that is why we term it domestic violence. So when you come to the law, it defines the relationship of domestic that we are talking about. So domestic can be having a blood relationship with someone, staying in the same house with the person, being at the office with the person, and also when you go to court, the judge sitting will then define the domestic setting.
Right.
Yes.
Are there ways, you get my question, are there ways that, even relations of the person will contribute towards that?
Yes, because, for instance, in our Ghanaian society, there are cultures where we say that if your husband doesn't beat you, he doesn't love you. So even when you are going into the marriage, you can have the grandmothers and the mothers telling you that
if he beats you, then no, don't ask him.
It's love.
Because he'll come and say sorry.
And if something even happens, you are told, no, go back to him. There's nothing wrong with it. It's part of the lifestyle and the culture. And it's become. You remember the case of the pastor, the Ekweme singer, where the woman died. So I think, and it's the religious and the cultural norms. You say, famanyame and all those things, and it can continue.
Our time is up, but there is more to talk about. So I'll let you all wrap up with how you are helping people, how people can reach out for help. Someone is listening and dying in silence. What support can they get? How can they reach you? Let me start with you, Mameya Jesse Ado.
Thank you so much. So for WAPCAST, we are working with our partners at the community level.
Right.
So we work at the community level with our volunteers who are outreach volunteers and community paralegals. So they go out there and give one-on-one education for our human rights intervention. They talk about gender-based violence to the vulnerable population. We also have psychosocial counselors who are clinical psychologists who can offer support to persons who are going through gender-based violence. And then there's also the pro bono lawyers on our project who support people who don't have the funds to pursue these cases, but they need legal assistance.
Right, very well. Let me come to you, Edmund.
Thank you so much, Caleb. The Legal Aid Commission is a constitutional and statutory body that gives free legal assistance. Our services are free. Just get to any of our regional offices. Just go to any court. If you are not sure where to find us, just get to any court or any police station. Ask, I want to know where the legal aid office is. But in Accra, you would find us next to the law house. We are crammed into that small space at the law house. We hope to get a new office soon if the AG is listening to me. Yes.
I like how you are killing 3 birds
but exactly.
with half a stone.
Come to the court premises in Accra, and just as and you find us.
Yvonne.
Okay, so we have the Orange Support Center, which was established in 2021 to help survivors of sexual and gender-based violence report their cases. We have a toll-free number of 0800 111 222. So I'll repeat it again, 0800 111 222. It's a 24/7 call center. You can call at any time. We also have a WhatsApp line that in case the action is happening, you can also record or send a message. That is the 055-175-7575. And we also have trained paralegals in 5 regions. They are trained paralegals in the market centers. So we have trained some market executives to also work and receive cases of sexual and gender-based violence. These markets are, we have 5 in Accra, we have some at Kanishi, Dome, Agbogloshi, Nima, and Tishi. We also have some in the Volta region, yes, Bono East region, Western region, and Tamale.
Thank you.
So that is what
we'll
we
call
do.
the numbers you've put out there. Yvonne Edudako, Program Officer, Domestic Violence Secretariat. Thank you. Mamiya Jesiado, Esquire, Senior Technical Advisor, Human Rights, Legal and Ethics, WAPCAS, and then Edmond Amakwe Foley, Legal Aid Commission. You are the director there. Grateful you passed through. Thank you so much. Have a good Friday. And final one, Yvonne.
Okay, so we are commemorating the 16 days of activism against sexual and gender-based violence on Monday.
Okay.
We are doing that with a walk. That is a national walk, and it's starting from the premises of the Ministry of Gender at Rich, and then we will come and end at Circle, New Plan Station. So please, come join us, walk against sexual and gender-based violence. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you. We'll take a very quick break. When we're back, there is more.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
We can do it again. Do you have a child under 5 years? Then, don't miss the second round of the vaccination campaign against polio, which starts from 21st to 24th November 2024. Your child needs these polio drops the same way he or she needs both legs. Trained vaccination teams are moving from house to house, as well as designated centers in your community to vaccinate all children from birth to 5 years against polio. Doses given during this campaign are additional doses every child under 5 years should receive to prevent polio, even if he or she has been vaccinated previously. Polio vaccine is safe, free, and given as drops in the mouth. Repeated doses give your child additional protection. Continue to attend weigh-in regularly after this campaign. Remember, polio paralyzes children for life. It can even kill them. Together, we can make Ghana polio free. This announcement is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Are you signing the sales?
Boss, Medicana Copim.
Hey, what the car to me so?
Boss, you no renew the insurance.
I didn't have time. Oh, I had to go to the farm.
You can insure on the farm.
And I had to go to the market too.
You could have insured in the market.
I had to cook supper for my wife.
Even in the kitchen, you can still insure.
But how?
By texting or buyer on 0242 426 396 to help insure with Provident Insurance on WhatsApp from anywhere. Annie, baby. With Obaya, now you can insure your car anywhere, anytime. On WhatsApp, text Obaya on 0242 426 396 today. With Provident.
Man, you are covered. It's that time of the year. Ghana, brace yourselves because Melcom's Black Friday sales is back and we're bringing you unbeatable deals like never before. From the 15th of November to the 1st of December, get ready to shop and save big at Melcom. Electronics, home essentials, furniture, or fashion, we've got deals you can't resist. Melcom's Black Friday, it's more than a sale, it's an experience. Stock is limited, so hurry and shop early to avoid missing out. Melcom is where Ghana shops for value, and this Black Friday, the value just got even better. Don't let these unbeatable deals pass you by. Melcom, where Ghana shops. Remember, terms and conditions apply.
Ojam, did you know the NDC once promised a one-time premium for NHIS?
Yeah, but when they won the elections, they could not implement it and almost collapsed the NHIS. Today, this same man is promising Mahama Care and free primary health care.
They think we are kids in this country. We don't have short memories, like Mahama said. Remember the capitation pilot in Ashanti? You were stuck with one health facility, no matter what.
That was so limiting. But look at us now under the MPP. There's real change.
The MPP expanded NHIS coverage to include serious conditions like childhood cancer, sickle cell disease, and kidney dialysis for children under 18 years and old people from 60 years and above. Today, with just a short code, you can renew your insurance.
Truly, the MPP has restored our hope in the health system. See the Agenda 111 and other new hospitals are springing up everywhere.
So, this election, let's vote for continuity. Let's vote to protect our healthcare. We will not fall for fake promises again.
Come on, come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
The luckiest. Star 712 hash. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed star 712 hash and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone.
Dial star 712 hash. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial star 712 hash. Now I can to tickets as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now win is the card prizes are in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash. Now join in the winning streak now.
Star 712 hash. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Old solution for the future.
On December 7th, let's vote number 1. Let's vote for Dr. Baumia. Esroho.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
8 minutes to the top of the hour. Yes, moms. It's finally here. The news we've all been waiting for. Favorite Cerelac now comes in a new variant. Combined goodness of wheat and maize. Fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals. New Cerelac wheat and maize comes at an affordable price. 2 Ghana cedis per sachet. You're good to go. With this, all you need is milk. You hear the milk Cerelac, care for them, count on us. As an advert that's FDA approved. Now big is better, Brom is best. Happy moments start with Brom. Your best season with Brom is here again. Buy one, get one free plus up to 25% discount. Only on Brom appliances. So buy Brom LED TV and get another TV for free. Brom LED TV, take home a free microwave oven. Brom air conditioner and get a free ceiling fan. Freezer and you take home a free blender and more. And there is more for everyone, everywhere, anywhere in Ghana from Brom. Rush to your nearest Brom dealer or reseller in your city, town or community now. Just ask for Brom and your gift. This is a toll-free number to call 0800 100 247. Brom lifts you with a smile. And you know those moments when you need pure comfort after a long day, right? Nobody understands comfort like Latest Foam does. We produce a wide range of meticulously crafted mattresses that are carefully engineered to provide optimal spinal alignment, pressure relief, and temperature regulation, ensuring you a restful sleep every night. We can fully customize your orders, however big or small. Our Our showrooms is a comfort sanctuary with experts ready to help you find your perfect match. So call us +233 2311 5562. Connect with us via all our socials or visit www.latestfomghana.com. Your perfect comfort awaits. Visit Latest Foam, your ultimate furniture destination. Let's make welcome to the studio our friends from the Ghana Blood Service and then also Rotary Club of Accra. Let me say a special good morning very quickly to Koku Adololo, my friend from many years studio today.
Okay, so good morning to your listeners once again. So we are here to do studios this morning because we are having an event that we call the National Blood Donor Day.
Okay.
It's an event that is held in the last days of November every year,
right,
to honor our voluntary donors who have achieved milestone. So it's a public event that we showcase what they've done so that it will inspire others to become voluntary blood donors.
Adam, why is Rotary part of this and why is this important?
It's important to us because it falls within one of our areas of focus, which is disease prevention and treatment. Rotary is a humanitarian organization, and the welfare of our people is paramount to us. And we've been doing this event for more than 2 decades, about 24 years.
Wow. Yeah. Who are some of the donors who've been winning awards in the past? What have they done to earn those awards? What's the milestone?
It's purely by merit.
Okay.
The number of times you donate blood brings you to the top, and once you receive the award, you don't come back again for the same category.
Okay.
And then for the schools, once your school is able to donate the highest within the year, from November up until October the following year,
right,
then you qualify strictly by numbers.
Okay. David, right?
Koku,
yes. Yeah. Koku, tell us more. So what role are you playing? What should we look forward to?
It's a variation of process, or say events. We are looking at giving publicity so that people understand the need for blood donation as well as honoring those who have gone above and over to donate to save people's lives, and also encourage other people to join the cause.
So where is this happening? Who can be part? When is it? How can we be there?
Okay, so it's happening on the 25th of November, Monday.
November.
Yes, at the AMA forecourt, that's Accra Metropolitan Authority forecourt, at 1 p.m.
Okay.
In fact, we are inviting the general public to actually grace the occasion, and it's going to be a wonderful experience. And to add that, yes, before that, prior to the Monday, we are having a What Do You Know Inter-Schools What Do You Know quiz contest at GBC Studios involving 4 blood donating schools.
That's nice.
So that is also part of the activities.
I like it. So I was telling you that the last time I went to donate blood, the nurse just looked at me and said I should get up. Right? I mean, is it everyone that can donate blood? Why should we all try as much as possible to do this?
Yeah, it's a very important, because I'm sure you've heard a number of times people are saying there's not enough blood, and that's actually a story out there. We are doing not so well when it comes to blood donation. We are always encouraging people to come through. They think it's a scary process, but it's virtually not. Once you're between the ages of 17 and 60, about 50 kilograms, and of good health, you can donate. But even with that, there's a process we go through when it comes to the donation itself. A registration process. Then we check your vitals. You do a sort of body screening. Check your blood level, your pressure, your weight, and ask you a few pertinent questions with your health history. If you pass, then we have the actual donation, then some refreshments, and that's it. The whole process usually takes between 15 to 20 minutes maximum.
Right. Adam, give us your final words before you take leave of us, gentlemen.
So on Monday, we'll start with the blood drive from morning at about 10 a.m. at the same venue, the AMA forecourt. Right. And then in the afternoon, we'll award we'll provide our prizes to the awardees. The prizes include a double door fridge, a refrigerator. For the first prize, the second prize will also receive a similar but a little smaller. Then we have a smart LED TV for the third prize.
So a lot of awards are up for grabs.
Exactly.
That's nice.
So we're encouraging everyone to donate.
Congratulations to the winners in advance. Thank you, David. Thank you, Koku and Adam, for passing through.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Good Friday. Top of the hour almost, and luck is everywhere. Our grand draw is happening on November 30th with incredible cash prizes. But until then, we are giving away fantastic prizes every single day. Imagine winning a motorbike, a TV, or a chest freezer, many more just by getting your luckiest tickets. Here's how it works. Every day, the person who buys the highest amounts in tickets wins the daily prize, and it doesn't matter if you're buying different tickets. All you need to do is to dial star 712 hash, follow the prompts, and purchase as many tickets as you can. And if you're feeling generous, you can even buy tickets for someone else. So Ghana, this is your time to grab your tickets daily. Stay in the game to win all month long with the luckiest. Don't miss out. Dial star 712 hash. Keep doing that. Buy more tickets, and the luckiest luck is everywhere. The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Zoe Abubedo is here with the news at 10. Zoe, good morning.
Good morning, Caleb.
My tilapia is still in the fridge, so I'm looking for
told
the
you so.
relevant recipes to do something.
I told you to let me have it.
Yes,
Tell me
sir.
what you want. It will be done. You said you
No,
can
this
cook.
one, I want to demonstrate my TVET skills on the tilapia.
Okay.
What's in the news, Zoe?
Coming up, NPP dismisses claims over